and stepping into the Northern Sun.
The following is a
All
special
right, we've got,
presentation
let's
of
see,
Riverfront
Northwestern
Broadcasting
off to a
Sports.
great start again.
It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Vilas Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Xander Auto Parts.
Coming out of the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side. Down to the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD Savin, Shane's Pharmacy, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
This will be tapped over. See if the Governors again can take advantage of it. Waldron set for Cronin. There's your win. In set one, 32-30. Campbell Cronin with 8 kills in the first set.
And by Wagner Auto, Sanford Clinic, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Envirotech, First National Bank, and Faith Lutheran Church.
As the Governors get across midfield, LaRoche now with some open space, looking to send one through forward for Aharts. It comes in. Ahart, he scores! James Aharts from LaRoche, and it's a 1-0 lead.
And by Cougar Climate Systems, River Bottom Sanitation, Rising Hope Counseling, Pizza Ranch, Olson Plumbing, Dakota Storm Roofing, Ferding Electric, James Valley Landscaping, Lamb Motors, May Adam, and First Dakota National Bank.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the Dome. The Governors, scoreless, 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Cougar Contracting, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Gales Gas, Edward Jones Financial, and First United Methodist Church. And now to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
Well, good evening as we welcome you here to Watertown as the Pierre Governors and Watertown Arrows meet up in Week 3 of the 2025 high school football season. A rematch from the 11AA state championship from last year, which Watertown won by a single point and knocked off the Governors after their 7 straight state championships. And going into tonight's, I wouldn't say it's a far cry from last year's state championship game, but both teams are not concerned about what happened in the state championship anymore. The Pierre Governors are coming off of a 13-7 loss to Huron, which they felt like they should have won that ball game, and by stat-wise, they probably should have won that ball game. The Watertown Arrows are 0-2 after playing a very good 11 AAA Jefferson Cavaliers and then lost 52-26 to Yankton, and they want to get on the right track at 0-2 on the season. None of these teams are concerned that they were at the Dome last year, that they played each other at the Dome, anything about the 2024 season. It is about right now, and this is a very important win for both of these teams. One of these teams is going to walk away at either 1-2, 0-3. The Governors could get back over 500. Watertown pick up their first win of the season, and that's a big win when it comes down to the end of the year. This could be a really tough loss for one of the. It will be a tough loss for one of these teams because you're looking at the Governors being at 1-2 or Watertown being 0-3. Neither one of those teams feel like they should be at that point, regardless of what happens here tonight. But both teams want that momentum moving into next Friday's game here at Watertown in this beautiful brand new facility as we play here at Watertown for the first time. Last time we were in Watertown a couple years ago. We played on the old Watertown Stadium in the baseball field, and it was the old school of playing on a baseball field, which still love to have, but boy, it's hard to trade this one for playing on a baseball field because this is a first-class facility here in Watertown, and we're excited for some football here tonight. What should be a nice night. Shadows are kind of creeping over right now over the stadium with the sun trying to set behind the press box, but it will be a fun night of football for Pierre and Watertown. And again, this is a very important game. Every game's important in a 9-game season. But when you're 1-1 and you're 0-2, this feels like a must-win for both these teams. Somebody's not going to get one of those must-wins here tonight, and the Governors want to make sure that they're the team to find their offensive stride here. They've got to score more than 7 to 9 points. 16 points in 2 games is unlike any other Pierre Governor offense that we have seen in Steve Steele's tenure and any other Governor offense that we have seen in many years. It's been a long time since the Governors have failed to score double digits in the first 2 games of the season or just in back-to-back games. But again, when you look at the stats, you take away the scoring, you look at the stats, it doesn't add up that they've only scored 9 points and 7 in the next game. But it's all about converting in the red zone. When we talk with our coaches here, we'll talk with Coach John Hodorf first of the Watertown Arrows, and then we'll talk with Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors. But Coach Steele will talk about red zone efficiency has to be 100% tonight. If it's not 100%, you have to go maybe 0 for 1. Missing on 1 attempt is the only thing that you can do. You have to be able to score when you're in the red zone. They were 1 for 5 last week. You score one more time, the extra point's good. You win the ball game 14-13. This is going to be a very important game here for both these offenses to feel good. Both these defenses have played well. The Pierre Governor defense especially has played really good to this point. They've got to play really excellent tonight again against Watertown and continue to give that offense a chance to get things figured out and moving forward and push their way into the end zone a couple of times. And if the defense can continue to do that and this offense gets it figured out, Pierre Governor's season is going to be a very successful one again. And Watertown's got to, they played Jefferson. It's going to be hard for the top of the 11 AA to beat the top of the 11 AAA. It's kind of a toss-out game when you're looking at, as a Pierre Governor fan, outside of Watertown winning that game, you don't really care what the final score is because Jefferson, Pierre's going to play O'Gorman. That's going to be a really tough battle for Pierre to try and win. Jefferson beating Watertown, that doesn't register on the radar very much raise the eyebrow very much. Last week's loss, 52-26 to Yankton, kind of raised the eyebrow, but Yankton's a high-powered offense. Watertown's still trying to get things figured out. This is, again, another litmus test here as we get into the third waypoint of the season that these teams want to start to make things click and start to make things moving forward. And this is a golden opportunity for both these teams to do that against another good team tonight between Pierre and Watertown. So with that, we will talk with our coaches coming up here. We'll talk with Coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows first, and then we'll talk with Steve Steele, the head coach of the Pierre Governors after that. Back in 3 minutes, and we'll talk with Coach Hodorf of Watertown. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Planting for next year is right around the corner, but do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows as the Governors and Arrows meet up here in Watertown tonight. Coach, start of the season, you face Jefferson, you face Yankton, two really good teams to start off the season. What did you learn in the first two games about this Watertown Arrow team so far?
We just learned a lot about ourselves and where we need to improve. Struggle a little bit on the scoreboard, but a lot of our games are closer than what they look if you actually go in and look at the film. We have good athletes. We're just young and inexperienced, and we've shown that for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I would be hard to say that a team's got a tougher first two games of the season, and regardless of where they're at in the schedule, it's going to be tough games, but like you mentioned too, you have to learn about your team, especially after some of the guys that you lose from last year that were vital in winning that state championship. But some of these other guys that have come back, Marcus Pitkin, who has stepped back into a role. What you liked about these guys that are returning from last year's state championship team?
The guys we have returning, coming back, they're good athletes. They work hard. They're pretty good leaders, and they're willing to do what it takes to win. And even with the bad experience we've had the first 2 weeks, guys are still excited to come out to practice and still work hard, and they know what they got to do to try to get better each week.
Well, and the Pierre Governors coming in at 1-1. You guys are 0-2. It's a rematch of the 11 AA state championship from last year, but I got to think that both you and Pierre are sitting in the same spot of not even thinking about last year's state championship game after the first couple weeks of the season.
No, we both had guys we lost throughout the season, or not throughout the season. We got lost to graduation. It's more of a what can we do to improve every week throughout the season to see what happens at the end of the season. And we know that Pierre's a good football team again. Huron was, if you watch that film, it was probably a few mistakes away from being a Pierre win by a couple touchdowns. And Huron's actually got a good football team this year, so.
Well, and going into this game, when you look at film, and again, Pierre had that rain sloppy field game against Aberdeen Central that they won 9-6, and then they lose 13-7. What stands out? What's the biggest thing that stands out on film that Pierre does well, or that maybe things that you guys can take advantage of? Some of the things that stand out that you guys can take advantage of on your side of the ball.
Pierre's defense is really good. They got a bunch of good athletes that you have to face, and they do a good job of putting kids in the right spot to make plays. So offensively, we just need to try to possess the ball a little bit, move the ball in the ground game for us, and try to take advantage of the few things they give up in the pass game. We know that Pierre's struggling a little bit offensively right now, and I would assume that they'll have that fixed and figured out. Coach Steele always does a good job of adjusting, and I would just guess that the Terwilliger kid's going to be a little bit more involved, and once that happens, then things are going to start changing for Pierre.
You guys are obviously the first couple of games of the season, or at least the first home game, playing on that new turf field. I know football is football when you get down to it, but how nice is that facility that you guys are able to now start playing in this year and have that turf field?
Oh, the field's unbelievable. The facility is really, really nice. There's few little kinks and hitches that when you have a new construction that you have to deal with. But overall, it's been a great experience getting over here and being able to change from the old stadium to the new one. There's a lot of different things, but they're fun different things that are new and exciting for the whole community.
I asked this question a lot, and I think the two times that Pierre and Watertown played last year, I asked the same question. But now right now that Pierre is 1-1 and Watertown 0-2, the importance of having a good start, and obviously a good start doesn't necessarily mean that you win or lose a ball game based on your start. But for these two teams that are trying to get off of losses right now, how key is a good start for you guys to score right away, get that first defensive stand, and try and create some doubt in the Pierre Governors early in that game?
Oh, it's always important to get a good start, and I would assume that this game is going to come down to the finish, depending upon what happens in the turnover battle or special teams or anything like that. If it's a clean football game, it's going to come down to the last seconds of the game, and for us as a young team, at least, we need to just go compete for the entire game, and we need to keep improving and get better every single snap and understand what our scheme is and who we are, and not worry so much about what's happening on the other side of the field.
I know we're just going into week 3, but as it always is, it is a game of football too. But injury report, how's everybody doing on that side going into the game tonight?
No, we have a couple of injuries, nothing that's real major yet. They just kind of happen as you go, and like I said, at this point, we really don't have much for injuries.
Then overall, biggest key here for Watertown to get a win tonight against the Pierre Governors?
For us to win, we have to be able to possess the ball offensively, start getting our ground game going. We have to be much better on special teams than we have been all year, and we have to start to make less mistakes all over the field.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good talking to you, and we'll be probably talking again later in the future. But good luck tonight, and good luck this rest of the season.
Thanks.
That is head coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows, back with more pregame show after this year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Is it time for a fresh look underfoot? Tired of worn out carpets or outdated flooring? Then you need to visit Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre. We're your local experts for every style. From plush carpets and durable laminates to elegant hardwoods and luxury vinyl. Discover hundreds of options from top name brands, all with our friendly expert service. Visit Country Carpet and Flooring at 414 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call us at 605-224-9297. Country Carpet and Flooring. Your floor, your style, our expertise.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebite Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body up here.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors. Coach, you come in here, Watertown, rematch 11 AA state championship from last year, but now through 2 weeks of the season, you guys are 1-1. They're at 0-2. I think the championship from last year is probably the farthest thing from the minds of both these teams going into tonight.
Yeah, I think both teams here come in really needing to win to get back on track. And I think they lost quite a bit of experience. So they're a younger team right now, and we got to find a way to cash in. We were 1 for 5 in the red zone, and that's the difference in a game.
When you go back and watch on film from last week and the loss to Huron, what was obviously going 1 for 5 in the red zone and stuff, and not putting up a whole lot of points? What was kind of the biggest thing that you drew from that offensively that you want to have better going forward?
Yeah, I mean, there was positives too. I mean, our defense was phenomenal. After that first drive, they really did a good job shutting things down, forced a couple turnovers later in the game. And offensively, we didn't have a 3-and-out. We punted one total time in the game, and we drove the length of the field multiple times. And I think the biggest silver lining was, obviously we had the pick six towards the end of the game, but to still, the guys to keep positive and trust each other and be able to get all the way down to wherever we were, 15-yard line or so, to have a shot to win the game at the end was really good to see the mental fortitude of the guys.
Yeah, you just mentioned it too, like kind of somewhat of mixed emotions, because on paper, on stats, Pierre Governor offense was good, just wasn't on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
Yeah, and and a lot of that just came down to once we got into the red zone, if it wasn't one thing, it was another. We had a turnover, we had some false start penalties, a holding penalty, we had a couple drops. I mean, like I said, when you get into that small area of the field, you just can't afford those mental mistakes. And we really talked and focused on that a lot. It's everybody's job is important every play, and it's every job is that much more important when you get into the red zone and you're talking about points.
This Watertown team is 0-2, and obviously they got blown out by Jefferson, which 11 AAA versus 11 AA, especially at the very top of 11 AAA, is going to be really hard to compete against. And then lost to Yankton on Friday last week. You've seen Yankton on film twice now because you got ready for the Huron game after they played Yankton. So then having the fact that Watertown has a common opponent that Huron had, is it a little bit easier maybe to scout some to see what they do against this defense, both what Huron did and then what Watertown is doing against that defense?
Yeah, maybe a little. You're seeing that their philosophy a little bit easier because you just broke down Yankton, so you kind of understand what Yankton's trying to do this year, and you saw how Huron wanted to try and attack that, and you're able to see now how Watertown tried to attack that, and you're kind of seeing how those are gelling together, and maybe what's different. What's the same, and kind of the personnel difference more than anything else. Where are they going to try and put their best players, and how are they going to try and use them?
Also, what have you seen from Watertown? Again, they're 0-2, but when you take away the Jefferson game, 0-1 against a good Yankton team. But what have you seen from them that stands out on film?
Yeah, they're still pretty big. They're not quite as monstrous as they were last year, but they're big up front. They've got a running back with some shake. Their quarterback is very mobile. And they've got some really good linebacker, a couple really good edge players that are on defense. So, I mean, they're still a stout team. They're just kind of where our offense was. They just haven't been able to put everything together, for consecutive plays.
Well, and going into this Friday's game, tonight's game, the start for both these teams, did it kind of magnify, do you think, in a way, because of one being 1-1 and 0-2, that you really both these teams want to have a good start and want to get off on the right foot?
Yeah, I think especially offensively for both teams. Last week Watertown scored 26 points on Yankton. 2 of those were special teams touchdowns. So, their offense and our offense haven't done a whole bunch of damage on the scoreboard just yet in the season. And again, we can feel great about moving the ball, but moving the ball doesn't put points on the board if you don't get it in the end zone. So, I think more than anything, that's probably the most important part for both teams is offensively being able to have that confidence to get the ball in the end zone.
And going through practice and making sure that these guys are confident to be able to do that offensively, because it doesn't happen very often in Pierre Governor football that we've seen the offense not score a whole lot of points. So for these guys, to whether they're hearing it or not, or whether they're thinking about it or not, what's it to make sure these guys stay confident going into tonight's game and moving forward this season?
Yeah, a lot of it's just small things. You got to finish every rep at practice. If you can score a touchdown in practice, score a touchdown in practice. You've got to feel what it's like when it's been a little while, and I think it's no different. There's kind of those dry spells in every sport, and the only way out of them is to keep going and continually believe that you can get there and feel what that feeling is. And then once you get that, usually once you kind of open it back up, then it's, business as usual. So really that's a big thing for us this week is finding a way to get that little dry spell behind us and get back in the groove.
Injury report for going into week 3 of the season?
Nope, we should be status quo from last week.
Biggest key for the Pierre Governors to get a win here tonight against the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, we have to shut down Watertown's run game. That'll be their go-to, and then we got to take care of the football, and obviously we got to do better in the red zone. I think that's until we solve that, that's going to be our number one priority offensively. Is every time we're in the red zone, there's got to be points on the board.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you in the postgame.
Thanks, John.
That's head coach Steve Steele. The Pierre Governors back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
We welcome you back as we are getting set for kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows. John Lickler with you. Real quick, we'll go through the referees as we get set for this game. Brian Wedham will be our referee. Umpire is Brian Young, and head linesman is Rusty Keith. Line judge is Kevin Deinertz, and the back judge is Jay Kusler. As that is the referees for today's game. We're just about to have the coin toss and get set for this contest between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as we're rolling to 7 o'clock on this Friday night. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Eliza Mayer is back at the station. Those starting lineups first for the Pierre Governors as they're about to do the coin toss. We'll first start with the defensive side. Max Bogenhagen, the defensive tackle, the 6'3" senior. Lathan Rouse, the nose tackle, and Max Schmitz will be the other defensive tackle on that front line. The linebackers will be Lincoln Schoenhardt and Hudson Schaefer on the outside. Middle linebackers will be Sam Larson and Will Eilers. The two corners are Logan Whitty and Aiden Beam. They have three of the 4 interceptions, with Porter Hunsley, the strong safety, having the other interception. Sutton Sunshine is the free safety for this Pierre Governor defense. On the offensive side, Caleb Lounsbury will be the quarterback to lead things out for the Governors. Lincoln Dilges, Carter Shufflebine, and Jaron Deal, the 3 receivers, with Cooper Twilliger, the tight end, and the halfback is Kea Ducheneau, as he'll get his 3rd straight start. The offensive line will be Colin Cass, Max Schmitz, Bryson Wallman, and Max Bogenhagen, along with Tucker Ott, will be the starting 11 for the Pierre Governors on the defensive side. Starting offense for the Watertown Arrows. The QB is Marcus Pitkin. As Watertown win the toss and will defer to the second half, so the Pierre Governors will get the ball to start things out. Lincoln Scott will be the running back. The receivers are Kessler Swenson and Cutler Swenson, along with also Kai Paulson. The offensive line, or the tight end, is Hunter Peterson. That offensive line from right to left, it'll be Caleb Thorson to Kason Jensen. The center is Andrew Dahl and Luke Lesson, and Ethan Eiskins is the left tackle to round out the offensive side. And that defensive side, as we are just about set and ready to go for this game, as the Governors will get the ball to start things off. It will be, we'll get you the defensive starters here in just a moment for this Watertown Arrow team. Actually, before we got time, so we'll get you the defensive starting lineup. The defensive end will be Hunter Peterson, along with Luca Lesson. That nose guard, the nub guard will be Connor Christensen, nose guard, excuse me. The 2 safeties are Kessler Swenson and Cutler Swenson. The inside linebackers will be Lincoln Scott and Cooper Ketwig. The outside linebackers are Caden Decker and Landon Lewis, and the 2 corners are Owen Engelbrecht and Gage Robeson. Doing the kicking will be Gage Robeson as well, so he'll kick things deep, back deep for the Pierre Governors. You'll have Carter Shufflebine and Porter Hunsley both back there, maybe Sutton Sunshine. It will be Jaron Deal and Carter Shufflebine that will be receiving the opening kick. So 12 minutes are on the clock. 75 degrees here at game time in Watertown in the brand new facility. Just the second varsity game they will ever play here. This beautiful facility. We're actually going to go with Tyson Miller that was kicking away, and it will be a bouncing ball that will be bobbled by Shufflebine. He'll pick it up around the 10. He's out of the 15 to the 20. Trying to cut it to the 25. He'll be down about the 23-yard line. And that is where the Pierre Governors will start their first possession. Caleb Lounsbury, so far in the season, has thrown 328 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 60.5% completion percentage. Kea Ducheneau's got 133 yards rushing. Shufflebine's got 208 yards receiving on 12 catches. He's averaging 17 yards a catch, and he's got the lone touchdown pass. Lounsbury has the other touchdown, which was a rushing touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line is where they officially spotted. Pistol formation, Ducheneau in the backfield. Lounsbury will take the snap and drop back to pass. He'll step up in the pocket, rolling to his right. Now he'll take off with it. He'll step out of bounds around the 30-yard line, and a good first run of the ball game. Lounsbury will pick up about 7 yards to the 31, make it 2nd down and 3. They will spot him actually at the 30, so a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Good first run. Lounsbury so far in the season, averaging about 6.1 yards per carry, right at that average with the 6 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line, 14 seconds into the ball game. Another pistol formation. Duchesneau will get his first handoff. He'll try and get through the hole. He'll get to the 34-yard line, so he's picked up 3 to 4 yards, and he'll make it 3rd down, and it will be a 1st down. So a gain of 4 for Duchesneau, and it is a full gain of 10 on 2 plays for the Governors. 1st and 10 now from the 34-yard line as they go from left to right on your radio dial. One person to look for, and we probably would say it all the time, is Cooper Twilger. Just 5 catches so far, 42 yards on his 5 catches, 8.4 yards per catch, but I'd like to see him really involved in the pass game. He can block really well, but love to see him in the pass game. They're going to throw it over for Scheffelbein on the screen pass. Twilliger with a good block. Scheffelbein makes 2 guys miss. He's across midfield, and he's taking a couple guys with him as he gets to the 46-yard line. A big gain on 1st down for the Governors. Ends up being a gain of 20 for Scheffelbein in his first catch, and the Governors are across midfield, and the good first drive here for the Governors. 1st and 10 from the Watertown 46. So far, 30 yards of offense here for the Governors on just 3 plays. Pistol formation. It'll be a handoff for Duchesneau. He'll go up the middle again. He's met by that defensive line, and a gain of about 2 for Duchesneau to make it 2nd down and 8. And on the tackle, looks like it was number 9 and Caden Decker. And it brings up 2nd down and 8. Rolling up to the first 2 minutes of this first quarter. Landon Lewis will get the credit, number 25. The starting outside linebacker for this Watertown Arrow team. They had a couple special teams touchdowns against Yankton last week. They had a blocked punt and then another bad snap punt that kind of turned into a fumble recovery. Here's a handoff for Duchesneau. He's got a lot of room. He's out to the 35, almost got to the 30, but he's got a 1st down to the 31. As that turns into a gain of 13 for Duchesneau, and it's 1st and 10, and the Governors continue to move the ball down the field.
They'll get up to the Arrow 31-yard line, gain of 13.
Actually, it was Porter Hunsley, that got the handoff.
1st down, Governors.
And so a gain of 13 for Hunsley. He's the featured tailback right now for this Governor team, not Kea Duchesneau. And so they go with Hunsley in the backfield. Be another handoff out to the right side. Hunsley again. He'll get inside the 30. And maybe the Governors have found something with Porter Hunsley to get some carries here. Carter Merrill will be back next week. This is a gain of 3 for Porter Hunsley. And it's 2nd down and 7. Good couple first runs here for Hunsley. And it's 2nd down and 7. A gain of 3 for Hunsley. As the Governors are at the 28-yard line. Moving from left to right, and have moved quickly down the field. This is their longest 2nd down play. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pistol formation, a toss for Hunsley out left side. He's going to try to break it out of the left side. He is able to get outside the tackle, and he is able to get down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 3 for Hunsley, and it's now 3rd down and 4. Manageable here for the Governors. And Hunsley's already got 19 yards on 3 carries. As they're on the far hash right now, moving from left to right. 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. 8th play of the opening drive for the Pierre Governors. Trying to put some points on the board. They've scored a touchdown in the second half of each of their first 2 games. They did not score a touchdown in the first half of either of the first 2 games. 3rd and 4 from the 25. Governors don't want this drive to stall out now. They're probably 4-down territory unless it's a big loss. Lounsbury gets the snap, hands off for a Hunsley. He's trying to bounce off a tackler, but he's going to be held on to. He will be, forward progress was stopped by Hunter Peterson at the 25, so no gain. And it's now 4th down for the Govs. From the 25, you're looking at around a 42-yard field goal from Logan Whitty, and probably not going to kick from that distance. And they will go for it on 4th down. They need to get to the 21-yard line. 4th down for Pierre. 4th and 4 from the 25. 7:30 to go in the opening quarter. Can the Governors pick up this massive 4th down in the first drive of the ball game? Pistol formation, 2 receivers here near side. Lounsbury will throw. That throw will be intercepted. If it's incomplete, doesn't matter. Lincoln Dill just couldn't make the catch. It is an interception. And Watertown will take over at their own 17-yard line. Really, it just turns into, instead of a turnover on downs, an interception and a farther drive for Watertown. But the Governors, again, get down there in the field near the red zone and are unable to cash in. Braxton Peterson, I believe, was the one that made the interception. And for Watertown, they'll start at their own 17-yard line and will try and move all the way down the field. So Marcus Pitkin, as he comes out, he has thrown for 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. They have 0 rushing touchdowns. All their touchdowns so far have either been defensive touchdowns or passing touchdowns. Watertown had to get their 11th man on the field, and now Coach Hodorf has to take a timeout as the play clock was got to 0. And that's does not make a coach real happy when you have your first offensive play of the game. You have to take a timeout before you even snap the ball. That's not exactly what you want to have happen. They were late getting that 11th man on the field, and by the time that happened, they had to take the timeout because the play clock was down. 7:17 to go here in the first quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, now from right to left for the Watertown Arrows. And the Governors, again, they get down the field. I mean, that was a drive that went about close to 50 yards and just, again, could not cash in for this Pierre Governor team as they didn't get into the red zone, but it will be close to that red zone again. See if this Governor defense can stand tall. That's been the best part about this Governor team has been when you've given up only 19 points in 2 games, the sign of a good football team. 6 points in week 1, only 13 in week 2. 2 receivers here near side for Marcus Pitkin. Shotgun formation. He'll take the snap and a design run for him as he tries to go right side. Max Schmitz jumps on that pile at the end. Gain of about 2 to the 19 for Pitkin on the first run. That defensive line of Max Bogenhagen and Lathan Rounds, along with Max Schmitz, there on the tackle. So Pitkin will gain 2 and a 2nd down and 8. Lincoln Scott's going to be their featured back. He's got 19 attempts to 88 yards. He's averaging 44 yards per game. When he gets loose, he's a dangerous back. He just doesn't necessarily get loose all the time. He's a pretty powerful back, though. 2 receivers here on the near side. As it will be a throw here, the near side. The catch will be made for a 1st down. Logan Whitty will pick up the man and toss him down as the catch was made by the other number 3, Kessler Swanson. And it will get out to the 33-yard line where they'll spot it. And it ends up being a gain of 14. And Kessler Swanson makes the first catch. And it's 1st and 10 here for the Watertown Arrows from the 33-yard line. 6:18 to go here in the first quarter. Watertown's first drive, just their 3rd play from scrimmage of this ball game. 3 receivers near side. Empty backfield, but under center. They'll move a man in motion. They'll try and go with the sweep out of the right side. Cutting it back and a gain of about 3 or 4 before it was finally wrapped up on Tyson Miller.
Tyson Miller, the ball carrier.
And it turns into gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. So Miller gets the handoff. Say gain of 5, we'll call it a gain of 4. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter.
From their own 37-yard line.
Miller so far in the season, he had only ran the ball 11 times for 32 yards, only averaging 2.9 yards per carry, but picks up 4 on that first run. 3 receivers here near side, shotgun formation. Pitkin already rolling out to his left, still looking down the field. He'll take off with it. He's going to 1st down as he gets out of bounds, past the 40 to the 45. It ends up being a gain of 8, and it's 1st and 10 for Watertown.
Gets up to the 45-yard line.
Pitkin now with 10 yards rushing on his first 2 carries. First one was a design run. That one, not much of a design run. Cooper Twilliger actually sub in and be a part of this defensive line here for the Governors. They're trying a few different looks that maybe they didn't have in that first set of games, as Twilliger will go on that far side. He's going to be he's more standing up, just 2 down linemen, but He's going to come off the edge as one of the defensive ends. And then Lincoln Schoenhardt will wrap up the ball carrier for a gain of about 2. So around the 47-yard line.
Lincoln Scott, the ball
As Scott
carrier
gets the
for
handoff
Arrows.
for his first time.
Gain of 2
Second down and 8.
play.
Sun is
Brings
pretty
up
much
second
set.
and
There's
8
not
for
much,
the
maybe if
Watertown on their
actually
own
really not even if they're looking that way. I think the Sun is completely behind and not much, maybe more in the eyes of the Pierre Governor faithful that are across the way, but on the playing field, there's not much of any way of having the Sun beating down on these guys. 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. 13 seconds of the play clock. Man goes in motion. That's Peterson. Pass here the nearest side on a little bit of a screen play, but Scutz gets out of bounds, but he lost a couple of yards. They're going to spot him back at the 44, so it ends up being a loss of 3 on that catch.
Marcus Pitkins pass.
And it's now third down and 11, so that's a big play for the Governors, who just rallied to the football and got him out of bounds for Scott. Well, they had 12 guys in the huddle, I believe.
Brings up third and 11 from the Arrows own 44-yard
I don't know if anybody caught that, but I believe they had 12 guys in the huddle, which could have been a penalty against Watertown. Instead, third down and 11, 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Pickens goes back to pass. He's being flushed out of the pocket by Twilliger. Still looking down the field. Throws it to the sideline. It will be incomplete. It was to the sticks, but somebody undercut the route. I believe that was number 42, Max Sears. Make that number 40, Braden Jenk, that dove for it. When Cutler Sletson was right at the sticks for a potential first down. But instead, I don't know if it would have got to him or not, but it falls incomplete, and it turns into a punt now for Watertown.
Gavin Robinson back to punt for the
And Robinson will be the one punting, as he will. Gage Robinson was also listed the punter, but Gavin Robinson will be the one punting. And the left foot, that's a good punt there. He didn't have a great punt last week. Schuffelbein will make the catch. He's able to fight off a couple of tacklers, and he gets out of the 25-yard line, and where the Governors will take over for their second possession after the punt from Watertown. So defense. Started to bend but didn't break, and forced themselves into just what ended up being a 7-play drive.
For the Arrows.
Governors had a 9-play drive stall out. It wasn't an interception, but would have been a 4th down turnover on downs anyway. So now Twilliger, one of the few guys that you really see play both ways. Granted, the defensive line is pretty much playing both ways with the offensive line. Lounsbury will throw it down the field looking for a Schuffelbein, and he just can't make the catch. That one might have been broken up by number 16 and Owen Engelbrecht. He was looking for Schuffelbein, but it does fall incomplete. Second down and 10 from the 25.
Owen Engelbrecht.
And a little bit of the replay.
From their own 25-yard line.
Good pass there by Lounsbury, but a good play by Engelbrecht to disrupt the throw. Second down and 10 for the 25-yard line in Pierre Governor territory. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Where Stanley County might have a heat timeout tonight at Ole Williamson Field. There's no heat timeouts here tonight. Already past that halfway point. Here's Jaron Deal, designed run for him as he was in as the quarterback. Lounsbury will split out wide, and Deal will pick up about 3 yards, make it 4 to the 29. And Jaron Deal will have his first run of the night. Makes it 3rd and 6. Deal had run just once to that point for 2 yards. Okay, Duchesneau is back as a tailback here for the Governors on this 3rd down and 6 from the 29-yard line. See if the Governors can convert a long 3rd down. Play clock is still at 13, 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Schuffelbein, or make that Lounsbury looking for Twilliger as he rolls out, makes the catch. Twilliger leaves the ball forward as he was falling backwards, falling towards the 36-yard line, reaches the ball out and gets the first down, a gain of 7 for the Governors, and a first down for Pierre, and Twilliger gets his first catch and a hard 7 yards to pick up a first down, and Pierre's able to convert that long 3rd down. Good pass by Lounsbury and a designed rollout. And a really good catch there by Twilliger. And again, that football sense of knowing where, even though he was on the opposite side of the field where the sticks were at, he knew where to where to reach the ball out. Ducheneau will get the run here. He'll get to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. They're going to spot him at the 41, so it turns into a gain of 5 for Ducheneau.
The ball carrier for
He was
the
tackled by
Governors.
Marcus Pitkin.
Gain of 5 on the play, brought down by Watertown's Marcus Pitkin.
Pitkin now one of the safeties. He did not start as one of the safeties.
From their own 41-yard line.
Ducheneau with now 10 yards rushing, make that 11 yards rushing on 3 carries. By the way, Stanley County is up 14-0 in the first quarter on their homecoming night against Redfield. We'll keep you updated. Zach Nelson providing updates from Ole Williamson Field. 2 receivers out far side, play clock down to 5. Terwilliger here on the near side as the tight end. Play action, rolling to the left for Lounsbury. Steps back, throws it to Terwilliger, can't make the catch, and that was probably more okay that he did make the catch. He would have lost about 3 yards, so it turns down to 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 8. They had that one read really well, did Watertown. And again, turns into more of a better incompletion than making the completion and losing 3 yards. But now another 3rd down here for the Governors. 3rd and 10 from the Governor 41-yard line. They're going to get to the 46. 1:58 remaining here in quarter number 1. 2 receivers on the far side. Terwilliger, the tight end, here on the near side. Lounsbury drops back to pass, looking to the middle to the near side. Shufflebine makes the catch. He's got a 1st down for the Governors as he's into Watertown territory again. They will spot him at the Watertown 48, and it turns into, make that the 47, turns into a gain of 12, and Pierce got another 3rd down conversion on this drive. So after that gain of 12, 39 yards passing now for Lounsbury. He is 2 for 4 on this drive. And the Govs have gotten back into Watertown territory with 1:52 to go in this first quarter. Lounsbury over the middle. Terwilliger makes the catch and traffic hangs on. He took a hit as soon as he made the catch. He's got a gain of 11 and a 1st down for the Governors. That's the sure hands of the tight end that has gotten D1 offers to every Power 4 school that he wants to go to. And Terwilliger's now got 2 catches for 18 yards. And 50 yards throwing for Caleb Lounsbury. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Governors have it at the Watertown 36. 2 receivers near side for Lounsbury. Pistol formation, play action again, rolling out, throwing. The catch will be made, hit again, and another catch. Great catch by Jaron Deal as he got to the 16-yard line, a gain of 12 that time. And Deal hangs on to it as he took a hit to make that play. And it's 1st and 10 as the Governors are nearing the red zone to the 24.
Gain of 11 on the play and a Governor 1st down.
So Pierre continues to move the ball down the field. This is where they have struggled at this juncture of the field this season. Just 1 for 5 in the red zone last week. They did not score in the red zone a touchdown at all in week 1. As Porter Hunsley will get the handoff, he'll get to the 20-yard line, a gain of 4. It won't be the final play of this first quarter. Well, it could be. They haven't reset the play clock, and now they do, so the Governors actually don't have to run another play as Hunsley will pick up 4 yards. And it's 2nd down and 6. And again, Pierre does not have to run another play if they don't want to. It can take this to the second quarter. 18 seconds to go, about a half-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. 2 receivers on the far side. Lounsbury will take the snap. He'll look to pass. Now he's going to throw for Terwilliger on the fake screen to the end zone. Jaron Deal, and it just goes off of his hands on an over-the-shoulder throw. And it's now 3rd down and 6 from the 20.
Intended for number 1, Jaron Deal.
Governors have run a massive amounts of screen passes, throwing it, maybe a yard in front of Lounsbury. That time they had the look. Watertown was reading it. They tried to get Deal moving out to the end zone of the corner. He was beating his man, but just falls off of his hands as it gets to the corner of the end zone, and it falls incomplete. So this will be the final play of this first quarter. 3 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and 6 from the 20-yard line. They'll hand it off for Porter Hunsley. He gets a hold of the left side. He's got a 1st down as he gets to the 10. A gain of 10 on 3rd and 6. And the Governors will start the second quarter with about first and goal depending on where they spot it at the 10-yard line. But a gain of 10 for Hunsley. And the Governors are in business to start this second quarter. No scoring in this first quarter. We'll step aside for a minute, come back with a second. Pierre Governors, Watertown Arrows, here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut hundreds of cross, and played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, gray duck because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Carrie Bauman will help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Carrie Bauman in Pierre today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello friends, this is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
As we welcome you back for the second quarter of the Pierre Governors and Watertown Arrows, it is first and goal from the 10-yard line to start this second quarter. Marcus Pitkin is the leading tackler on the safety position that first quarter for the Watertown Arrows, which is a good sign for an offense when the safety is the leading tackler. Porter Hunsley remains the tailback right now. He'll get the handoff on first and goal from the 10. He's going to try and keep moving forward, keep the legs moving. He got to around the 5, so it's going to be second and goal from around the 6 is where they're going to spot him. A gain of 4 for Hunsley. This will be play number 12 of this drive for the Governors. Second and goal from the 5. Trying to cash in on a 12-play drive that would span 75 yards if they can get into the end zone. This is just the start of the second quarter. No score. Terwilliger is more the fullback now as he's in the backfield. And they'll get a handoff for Hunsley. Leading the way was Terwilliger. He dives for the end zone, but he's a yard short. And it's third and goal now from the 1-yard line. Third and goal from the 1. Gain of 4 again for Hunsley. 41 yards on 8 carries for Hunsley. We're going to take away the scoreboard on YouTube at KCCR Sports so you can see the whole full end zone. Hunsley with the handoff. He gets met behind the backfield. He dives for the end zone, and he just can't quite get in. So it's now fourth and goal from the 1. The Governors are going to line up one more time and try and get that touchdown from the 1-yard line. And let's see if the Governors can get that 1 yard. That defensive line going to be bunched up. Lounsbury with Hunsley in the backfield. Terwilliger is off to the right now, is listed as the tight end. Lounsbury from under center. Will it be a QB sneak? Lounsbury will take the snap, hands it for Hunsley. He dives in. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Pierre Governors will get on the board first and have their first lead since back when they took a 3-0 lead against the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles at the end of the first half in week 1. Porter Hunsley caps off a 13-play drive, and the Pierre Governors are on the board to make it 6-0. Logan Whitty for the extra point, and that kick is up, and that is going to be good. A 7-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. They strike first. A 1-yard plunge from Porter Hunsley. And Pierre is on top 7-0 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by a scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
It was actually a 15-play drive for the Pierre Governors.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters.
And the Pierre Governors are able to get on the board on that 75-yard drive and a 1-yard touchdown run for Porter Hunsley, their first half touchdown this season. As Carter Templeton will be the one kicking off here for the Governors. It'll be a kick that will get out to around the 15-yard line, out to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, where eventually the returner Tyson Miller will be taken down, and it will get out to around the 32-yard line, and that is where Watertown will take over. So it is again, 15-play, 75-yard drive for the Governors to get on the board first. 10:05 to go here in the second quarter, and Watertown have their second possession starting at the 32. They'll move from left to right on your radio dial. Two receivers on the far side. Two receivers on that far side. It'll be stepping up, the pick and look to throw, and then rolling to the left. It'll be up in the air, wide open. The catch is going to be made, and it is a first down for Watertown all the way down to the 34-yard line. But there is a flag on the play, and it will come all the way back, it looks like. We'll hear from our referee for the first time today, and Brian Wetham.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 42 is covered on the play. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So the ineligible receiver downfield. And it will make it 1st and 15 now for the Watertown Arrows from their 27-yard line. That's a big break for the Governors. That was a gain of about 30. Instead, it's a loss of 5. Pickett from under center. Scuts in the backfield. They will go play action, rolling to the right. Pickett looks like it was a designed run all the way. And a big crackback block, and there will be a flag that will come in, and that will drop farther back Watertown. Pickett will be picking up about 18, 19 yards. But it was,
Picking the ball carrier, flag on the
yeah,
play.
that was a big time. I mean, that was a massive block, but there was really no need for that block at the time, or how he made the block. He really lowered his shoulder down. We'll hear from the referee. And I think Coach Machachak is maybe asking, depending on the call, is it an ejection type of play?
Illegal blindside block. And number 11, 15, penalty for the foul.
So it's an illegal blindside block, and well, they have the replay up on the video board, and you can't really see from that spot, but it was Hunter Peterson that laid the block, and didn't see who he actually laid out. But again, it was turning the corner. He was standing there instead of just standing up and just letting him run into you. He lowered his shoulder and lowered the boom. I mean, that's one you go back on film and you can hoot and holler about, but overall it made you lose 15 yards. On that first, make that first down and 28. It'll be, I believe it's going to be just that Tyson Miller that ran the ball, just got a 2-yard gain.
Gave 2 on the play.
And Miller makes it 2nd down and 26. They have 3rd down on the scoreboard, but just 2nd down and 26 right now. With 9:05 to go here in quarter number 2. 9 minutes to go. 2nd and 26 from their own 21. Those 2 penalties dropped them a total back of 18 yards. Was 1st and 15, then it turned 1st and 28. Now a screen pass out of the far side. Catch is made by Swenson. He misses 1 tackle. He's actually going to pick up some yards. Sutton Sunshine first initially missed that tackle. And it turns into a gain of about 4 to make it 3rd down and 22. Keller Swenson was the one that made the catch. His second catch, or first catch, excuse me, gain of 4.
3rd and 17 for the Arrows.
And 3rd down and 17, and Watertown's got a long way to go. They're at their own 25. They got to get to their own 42-yard line. pick up the first down with 8:13 remaining here in the first half. Watertown does get the ball to start the second half, but they want to find some points on this scoreboard. Last year, the game went 14-13 in the state championship. Pitkin with the man in motion, rolls to his right now for the shotgun, throws over the middle. Catch is going to be Porter Hunsley having a big hit on Hunter Peterson to knock the ball free, and it is incomplete, and the Governors will get off the field on 3rd down and 17. Wasn't going to be enough for a first down, but a fantastic job by Porter Hunsley. He lowered the shoulder into the chest of Hunter Peterson. I know some of the Watertown fans may be groan that what's the difference between the penalty and that not being a penalty, but Hunsley pretty much stood there, lowered the shoulder, and just lodged the ball from Peterson. Turns into an incomplete pass, and Watertown will punt the ball away for the second time. As Shufflebine's the lone guy back right now for Pierre. Almost was blocked. It is high up in the air. It'll land in Watertown territory, then bounce across the 50. And the Governors will have good field position at the 47-yard line. So the second possession also ends in a punt for Watertown, and the Governors are in good field position to start their third possession. Stanley County leads 14-0 at the end of the first quarter against Redfield. And it is 1st and 10 for the Governors from their own 47-yard line. Lounsbury will drop back to pass from the pistol, throws over the middle. Twilliger makes the catch. He's got a first down, able to fight through some traffic. Ball comes out at the end, but they will rule him down. At that point, it works out in favor of Watertown because Carter Shufflebine was Johnny on the spot, picked it up, and he was going to score a touchdown on it. But it turns into a first down as they get to the 33-yard line. Ends up being a gain of 19, make that 20 for the Governors. And Twilliger's now got 38 yards on 3 catches. Lounsbury with 82 yards throwing, 6 of 10 so far in that interception. As the clock ticks under 7:20 here in this second quarter. 2 receivers on the far side. Lincoln Dilgis, the lone receiver here on the near side. Lounsbury will throw. Shufflebine will make the catch on the screen pass. He gets some room. He cuts it back to the middle of the field. He's out of the 20. Flag will come in. It looks like maybe a horse collar tackle on top of the return, the play from Shufflebine as he got into inside the 15-yard line. 2 flags came flying in at the end of that play, and that should add on to the distance there for the Governors. Well, that's definitely a face mask. Shufflebine's head went turning around.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So they end up being half distance to the goal. So what was on the 14-yard line now goes to the 7. Turns into a gain of 18 for Shufflebine on the catch. And he's already up to 50 yards receiving. 100 yards in total now for Lounsbury. And it's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. It'll be another design run for Deal as he was the quarterback, and it will be a gain of 3 to make it 2nd down and goal from around the 3-yard line. That's where they're going to spot him. And now 2nd and goal for that 3-yard line. Lounsbury will be back at quarterback. Porter Hunsley, who had the 1-yard touchdown run, he now will be in the backfield. Twilliger will be listed, or will be looking as the fullback type. They've got Porter Hunsley just offline of Lounsbury. Handoff for Hunsley. He will dive for the end zone. It's across. Oh, it looked like that ball was across, but they spot him at the 1-yard line. A gain of 2 for Hunsley. 6 minutes to go, and it's 3rd and goal from the 1. 44 yards on 11 carries, and let's see if Hunsley can get up to 45 yards on 12 carries. He's got another 2 opportunities. 3rd and goal from the 1. Last time 3rd and goal from the 1, they didn't score. And again, we took the scoreboard away right now to give you a chance to look at the whole end zone. Lounsbury, handoff. Hunsley walks it into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight, and the Governors get another touchdown, making it 13-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 2 touchdown runs of 1 yard for Porter Hunsley. And with 5:32 to go here in the first half, the Governors have a 2 touchdown lead, their largest lead of this 2025 season. Extra point is up, and it will be good from Logan Whitty. 14-0. Pierre Governors on top of Watertown with 5:32 to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
5-play drive for the Pierre Governors as they go 53 yards, and another 1-yard touchdown run from Porter Hunsley gives the Govs a 14-0 advantage on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. With Eliza Mayer back at the station, John Wickler with you on this Friday night from Watertown. And it will be the kickoff from Carter Templeton. Grabbed at the 12-yard line, out to the 20 on the far side, past the 25, and now the 27, 28-yard line. And good return from the Watertown Arrows. Robinson with the one with the returning. And Watertown will have decent field position as they are now 0 for 2 with 2 punts. And Pierre feels good right now, up 14-0 on this young Watertown Arrow team. As we have hit past the halfway point of the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 28 to start this drive for Watertown. Marcus Pickens so far, he has rushed for 10 yards on 2 attempts. He has thrown for 15 yards. He's 3 of 5 passing right now. From the shotgun, Pickens will look to throw as he rolls to the right. Pickens still looking to throw. It will be completed by to number 7 and Cutler Swenson. Excuse me, it'll be incomplete. And it's 2nd down and 10.
From their own 28-yard line.
Cutler Swenson, the intended receiver, got to the near sideline. But it doesn't go incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the 28. 5:15 to go here in the first half. Promising start for Watertown, getting a defensive stand. And then it ended up being a punt instead, and then a couple penalties that end up making a punt as well. Here's Hunter Peterson on the catch. He fumbles the football, and the Governors will fall on it. Will Eilers knocks it out. I believe it was Hudson Schaefer that fell on top of it. And the Governors will get the ball inside Watertown territory. Hunter Peterson made the catch, fumbled the football, and a good job by Eilers to knock the ball free. Schaefer is right there on top of it, and the Governors have the ball at the Watertown 35-yard line. Peterson's catch turns into his first catch, but a fumble. It was a gain of about 8. And now the Governors have an opportunity to take a 3-score lead here in this first half. After a 15-play drive that scored and then a 5-play drive, the Governors get even shorter field position here. We play action, roll to the right for Lounsbury. He'll throw downfield looking for a home run ball to the end zone. It is caught, a touchdown! Carter Shufflebine and the Governors will lead at 20-0.
Governor touchdown.
From 35 yards out, there's the home run pass. And a dagger in the first half for the Pierre Governors as they lead it now 20-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 85 yards receiving, 135 yards through the air for Lounsbury. And the extra point here from Logan Whitty to make it a 21-0 lead. And we get a flag before the snap. That will probably back the Governors up. Maybe it ends up being an offside penalty against Watertown. Still 4:58 to go in this first half.
False start. on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
Well, back the Governors up 5 yards, and instead of the normal extra point, turns into around a 25-yard field goal now for Logan Whitty, as he'll put the ball down the 15-yard line. Still a straight shot for Whitty. He made a field goal in that rain-soaked game against Aberdeen, and that try is still right down the middle and well true for Logan Whitty to make it a 21-0 lead for the Pierre Governors with 4:58 to go here in the first half. Pierre is all over Watertown in this second quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
It was just that one-play drive, 35-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lounsbury to Carter Schuffelbein, and a heck of a pass from Lounsbury, dropping it right in the breadbasket of Schuffelbein, right over the defender and into the end zone for a touchdown. And Pierre has a 21-0 lead on Watertown here in the first half, just under 5 minutes to go. As Robinson will take it, he's out to the 20 to the 25-yard line. He gets to the 30. He'll get past the 35 before he's eventually run down. Looks like it'll make that Tyson Miller, excuse me. Ducheneau was the one that was on the tackle. And Watertown will have very good field position as they will start at the 38 this time. 4:49 to go here in the first half. Watertown can score here. Take those 4 minutes and change off the clock and not give anything Pierre to work with, and then all of a sudden they can turn around in the very first drive of the second half score, and it's a 21-14 game before the Governor offense can get back on the field. This game is far from over. The 3-score lead for Pierre. Game is very far from over right now. Handoff from I formation, go up the middle to the 45-yard line, a gain of 7. Sun and Shine was in on the tackle. Lincoln Scott was the one that ended up making
Lincoln Scott, the ball carrier for the Arrows.
The carry for the gain of 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Second down and 3.
And 3 from their own 45-yard line.
Stanley County is up on Redfield. Not midway yet of that second quarter, but taking a 22-0 lead on the Redfield Pheasants on homecoming night in Fort Pierre. Governor's lead here, 21-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Outside the left tackle for Scott. He's got a first down. Lincoln Scott will get across midfield to the Governor 48-yard line as he'll pick up another gain of 7. And it's 1st and 10 from the Governor 48-yard line. So far, just 7 carries and 14 plays in total for this Arrow offense. As this is their 4th drive, they had about a 5-play drive that stalled out pretty quick after picking up 2 good first downs. And then went 3 and out, and then the fumble on that first play of that 3rd drive. So they just haven't sustained any offense yet with 3:37 to go. This will be a handoff for Scott. He's able to get away from one tackler. Now Scott's got a first down past the 35, and he's trying to force his way to the 30. He will stay inbounds as he was trying to keep things moving, but the Governors were able to make the gain tackle and keep him from getting to the 30-yard line. He got out to the 32, and a gain of 14, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Once again here for the Watertown Arrows. And watching film, watching this Arrow team, Lincoln Scott, when he doesn't get the ball a whole lot. That was just his 23rd carry of the season. He's well over 100 yards now on those 20 carries. But he seems like a bruising type of back that just doesn't get the ball as much as you would think after watching it, a little bit of him run on film. But from under center, Pickin play action. Had a man coming through, could have been a hold call. Pickin rolling out, throwing. Now he pump fakes. Now he able to throw it over to make the catch. A little bit of a flip and a completion. Pickin had me fooled on the pump fake. And he finds Miller. Miller makes the catch.
Tyson Miller, gain of 1 on the play.
And from what could have been,
Second and
it would have been an incompletion, second down and 10, turns into just a gain of 1 for Miller. He got out of bounds. So it helps, doesn't help Miller so much, or the yards per catch, or the yards per throw for, yards per completion for Pitkin, but it does, instead of being an incomplete pass in second and 10, does make it second and 9. Clock is stopped with 2:45 to go. Pitkin back to pass again, throws. That throw is low. The catch will be made, and it's going to be third down and short here as Swenson's able to make the catch. Cutler Swenson made the catch. He picks up 7 yards to make it third down and 2.
On the play brings up 3rd and 2 from the Governor, 24-yard line.
Nearing the red zone for Watertown, 3rd and 2 from the 24, 2:25 remaining. Governors have all 3 timeouts. Watertown has just 2 timeouts, but where they're at in the field, as long as they don't take too much time and too many plays, they don't necessarily need those timeouts to get into the end zone. Offset I formation, and everybody jumps for the Governors. That's the Pierre Governor special of getting the defensive line to jump when the Governors are on offense, but this time it's the other way around. And what? And
the defense results in a first down.
Mike cutting it out for a referee, but Watertown this time is the one that got the Governors to jump. And it's 1st and 5 now from the 19. So inside the red zone for the first time tonight is Watertown. And again, we get down to 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. This is a spot for Watertown. If they can take more time off the clock before they get in the end zone, limit the Governors, they can make it 21-14, and maybe Coach Steele's thinking about that right now. The first time out taken by the Pierre Governors. Could have been maybe Coach Madger and Coach Slice that was saying, hey, maybe we need to give these guys a little bit of chance here and regroup after that penalty. That might be a good timeout with 1:54 to go. And again, if you Watertown scores and it takes a minute 30 seconds off the clock to get in the end zone, here doesn't have much time to go down the field to try and score. Watertown gets the ball to start the second half. They're feeling like, I mean, this game is far from over with the fact that they can score their next 2 possessions, and Pierre will have no chance to score in those 2 possessions. 21-0 is the score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. We'll see maybe as we have a little bit of time to tell you scores from around the state, especially in 11 AA. As we look at Huron leading T 9-0 at the start of the 4th quarter. Huron's trying to go to 2-1 of the season. Brookings leading Aberdeen Central 7-0. Yankton is all over Douglas 35-0 already, and Spearfish and Mitchell are set to kick off, I believe, at 8 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock Central Time. O'Gorman, they will play tomorrow. We keep track of that with it being the 11 AAA game. Soy Buttes has a 14-0 lead over Hitchcock Tulare. That game is on Country 95.3 and on YouTube at Country 95.3 Sports. Pitkin from under center, looking to roll to his left. He'll throw, jump ball up in the air. It is going to be up for grabs, and the catch will be made by Max Sears. Make that Braden Jake. Jake makes the catch. And a gain of 14 to make it 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. A huge catch for Braden Jake, who has not had any grabs so far. That's his first one of the season. And the game clock is under 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Trying to cut into this 21-0 deficit from under center Pitkin. He will hand off in the backfield, right side, looking to get to the end zone, and there's a touchdown. Lincoln Scott is in for the first time this season, and Watertown makes it 21-6 with 1:15 to go here in the first half. Scott, that 5-yard touchdown run. A 7-play drive turns into points for the Watertown Arrows to make it 21-6. Extra point upcoming here for the Arrows. And the extra point, the kick is up, and it will be good to make it 21-7. So 21-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Will return in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is a 5-play, make that a 7-play drive that took 62 yards, and the Watertown Arrows have cut into this lead with 1:15 remaining in this second quarter. And a big opportunity for the Governors still with a lot of time. They still got 75 seconds to try and get this a 3-score ball game again. But it is important for Watertown especially to try and keep this out of the end zone, to then have a chance to cut within just 7 points to start the second half. Tyson Miller is the one that's kicking off again here for the Watertown Arrows.
Shufflebine and Deal back to receive.
Shufflebine and Deal are back deep. Kickoff will go out towards Shufflebine at the 10-yard line. Is out to the 15 of the 20. 25 right over the middle of the field. Was able to elude a couple of tacklers, and he gets out near the 40-yard line. And the Pierre Governors have, well, there's flags that come in at the end of that play, which would have been a return to the 39. Will probably push the Pierre Governors back in a really tough spot to try and score the minute and 8 seconds. And it's going to be on Pierre. Haven't been flagged a lot.
Holding on the return team, number 27. 10-yard penalty.
It's Rowdy Menning that gets called for the hold. And so it's 1st and 10 from the Governor 15-yard line. Watertown still has 2 timeouts, so this will be interesting to see what Watertown wants to do. If Pierre does not pick up a whole lot of yards, does Coach Hodorf use one of those last 2 timeouts? Does he see maybe what happens on 2nd down? But they're going to start to pass, a throw to the sideline. Catch will be made. Shufflebine gets out of bounds as he makes the catch out to the 26-yard line. It ends up being a gain of 11. And first down for Pierre. First and 10 now from the 26. Good first down play there for the Governors to try and set this offense going. Lounsbury, he'll move up in the pocket. He's going to roll with it. He's going to step up. He's going to pick up some positive yards as he gets out to the 32, a gain of 6 on just the second run of the ball game for Lounsbury.
Gain of 7 on the play, brought down by
so
Robinson.
It's now second down and
3.
Well, they call it a gain of 7, so it ends up being 2nd and 3. Lounsbury pump fakes, now throws for Terwilliger, makes the catch. He's out of bounds at the 50-yard line. That'll be a good gain, as that will be out for a gain of 18 yards for 18. Make that 19 for Terwilliger.
Gain of 15 on the play.
The Governors are in business here. Lounsbury again dumps it off for Deal. He'll make the catch. He gets driven to the ground as he got out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 9.
Pass is complete to number 1. Jaron Dale getting 9 on the play.
And it's 2nd down and 1. I don't think anybody got the T and from when they kicked off. But a timeout will be taken by the Governors anyway with a gain of 9 from Deal on that catch. And what was a gain of 12? So he's got 21 yards now through the air for Jaron Deal. Second timeout used by the Pierre Governors. 29 seconds to go in this first half. And they have to get another 40 yards to the end zone, or at least probably another 20 to 25 yards to get in range for Logan Whitty to try and get the touchdown or get a field goal opportunity. To give Pierre make that a 17-point lead at the very least at the end of this first half. Again, Watertown will get the ball to start the second half. Governor Volleyball, they're up 2-1 over Sturgis as they head into the fourth set. Thanks to Ryan Kruger for that update. They will play Spearfish tomorrow. They got started probably around 7 o'clock or so, a little bit earlier than 7 o'clock. As we're nearing 8 o'clock right now, as Lounsbury drops back to pass, throws over the middle, wide open is Lincoln Diligence. He's got a first down as he gets out to around the 26-yard line, a gain of 14, and the Governors will hurry up on the ball. Are they going to go quickly? Or are they going to spike it? It'll be a spike from Lounsbury with 20 seconds to go. They still got that one timeout. Don't see that very often in high school football, but a really good job of the Governors to get up and get to the ball, get the spike, and to put themselves still in a good spot. And it's now 2nd down and 10 from the 26-yard line. And you're looking at maybe a first down, another first down, put yourself in field goal range, close to that first down, and put yourself in field goal range for Logan Whitty. Play clock at 14, 20 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 from the 26. Lounsbury from the pistol, drops back to pass. He'll step up in the pocket, rolling to his right, can't take a sack, and he does go down. And it's 3rd down, and the Governors will take their final timeout. It is 3rd down and 12, a loss of 2. Last thing you wanted to have happen was not even just getting tackled in bounds, it was taking the sack. And Lounsbury was trying to move out, had an opportunity, was looking to roll to his right and still throw. And while he did get sacked, what was good for Lounsbury is that he took the ball back in and didn't force the throw, keep the ball out, and the ball to be popped out from his hands and picked up by Watertown. He keeps possession of it and just ends up taking the sack, as it's now 3rd down and 12 from the 28-yard line. Yes, from the 28-yard line with 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Again, Watertown will get the first possession of the second half. Pierce trying to cash in just outside the red zone. Obviously, with it being 3rd down right now and 12 seconds to go, if you're not picking up the first down, you have to get out of bounds. A first down will allow you to spike the ball and get at least another play, whether it be a field goal or not. But if you're caught in bounds and it goes to 4th down, it becomes it's impossible to get another play off at that point. So if you're not picking up the first down, got to be in the sideline, got to be out of bounds. Empty backfield here for Lounsbury. Throws over the middle. Catch will be made by Twilliger. He's got a first down. Clock is stopped momentarily with 5 seconds left. They got to get up to the line and spike it. And if Lounsbury can do that, it's 1st and 10. Clock will run, and they're running out of time. They didn't spot the ball in time. And that runs out of time, and Coach Steele cannot believe it. He has lost his mind that the referee did not put the ball down for him to allow him to spike it. They moved the line over. Watertown's going off the field. The referees are huddling right now. They ran the clock before the ball was spotted. The ball didn't get down on the turf until after the clock was running. Lounsbury was wanting to spike it, then he was trying to move the line over because the referee was spying the ball in a different spot. And at that point, how can the Pierre Governors be able to spike it at that point, snap and spike the ball? Referees are talking about it. Let's hear what the call is.
Please put 5 seconds on the game clock. The clock will start. I'm not ready for play.
So they will put the 5 seconds back on the clock, which will allow the Governors to snap the ball and take the spike, and now we get another whistle with 3 seconds to go.
Timeout, Watertown.
And Watertown will take the timeout. So now did they get the snap off or not? I mean, it truly doesn't matter at that point.
5 seconds.
So the snap does not count. They got to the 8-yard line. Ends up being a gain of 20 for Twilliger, by the way. And a lot of confusion to close out the end of this half. Because, again, the clock will start when the referee has the ball spotted. If the ball's not spotted, they can't start the clock. And they start the clock, then they move the ball over, and by the time that they move the ball over, Pierre had no chance to get themselves lined up and spotted. So the referee ran the clock too quickly before the ball was spotted. Coach Steele was adamant about it, and rightfully so. Now the Governors will try a 25-yard field goal from the far right hash to close out the half, 5 seconds remaining. And Logan Whitty will try and make this a 17-point game. The timeout was taken by Watertown, so it's still technically first and goal from the 8-yard line with 5 seconds remaining. The snap is good, the hold is good, the kick from Whitty is up, and that will be no good as it was wide left with 2 seconds remaining. And so Pierre does not score on the 25-yard field goal. And a big break for Watertown. They will place to the 20-yard line with 2 seconds remaining. And I would think that Watertown will probably just take a knee. Now, they could go for it. They could try and get a 75-yard play and make it 21-14 at the end of the first half. But at this point, you're probably going with just taking a kneel down. Yeah, Lincoln Scott's back all the way up to the 5-yard line. So he's 15 yards off the snap. They'll move up to the 10, but they will take the kneel down and go to the half, down 21-7. And we'll have a chance to make it a one-score game to start the second half. So that will take us to the end of the first half. Wild first half conclusion. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, 21-7 of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. We will step aside for 3 minutes and come back with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 3 minutes. Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Sports. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes from the South Dakota State Capitol building and right down the road from where the Pierre Governors play. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. Go Govs! Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As a family grows, so does its financial needs. There are doctors and dentists, optometrists, lessons, braces, groceries, and more groceries. Then, of course, there's cars, college, and weddings to pay for. First Fidelity Bank is here to make the financial side of growing a family a little easier. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating, 605-494-2001.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope,
you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
As we welcome you back, it is halftime here at Watertown as the Pierre Governors have a 21-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. As we start to go through some of the stats for you, only 96 yards unofficially for the Watertown Arrows in that first half. They only scored on that final possession. They had a couple first downs on their first possession before they had to punt the ball, and then they didn't pick up a first down until that fourth possession when they finally scored, and then, of course, a kneel down to end the half by just that one play. But Lincoln Scutt's got the touchdown, 35 yards rushing on 5 carries. It was a 7-play, 62-yard drive that got them on the board after trailing 21-0. Marcus Pickens got 10 yards on 2 carries, and Tyson Miller with 6 yards on 2 carries. 7 of 10 throwing for Marcus Pickens for 45 yards. He's hit 6 different receivers in those 7 passes. Cutler Swenson's got 2 catches for 11 yards, but Kessler Swenson and Brendan Jenk has the 14 yards per catch. Yeah, Braden Jenk and Kessler Swenson, both with a catch of 14 yards. It was a 1-yard grab for Tyson Miller. Scott's got a catch for -3 yards, and Hunter Peterson had 1 catch at the tight end spot, but he fumbled the football on his lone catch as they punted twice, fumble, and a touchdown on the 4 drives for Watertown in the first half. For the Pierre Governors, 280 yards of offense, 280 to 96 in that first half, which, leads to around a 14-point difference in that first half in favor of Pierre. They started out with an interception on 4th down, would have been a turnover on downs. Either way, it turned into a little bit longer of field for Watertown, which they ended up punting the ball anyway. But 43 yards rushing on 12 carries for Porter Hunsley. He scored the first 2 touchdowns of the ballgame. 15-play drive that went 75 yards and a 1-yard touchdown run by Porter Hunsley. Then a 5-play, 53-yard drive and another 1-yard touchdown run by Hunsley. Then when the Governors took over after the fumble, they went for the home run play, and they connected him. Carter Shufflebine made one of his 5 catches, that one from 35 yards out, and made it 21-0 for the Governors in the second quarter. There was no scoring after the first quarter. All 28 points in this game have come in the second quarter between these two teams. So Hunsley's got the 43 yards and 12 carries, 11 yards on 3 carries for both Kea Ducheneau and Caleb Lounsbury, and then 7 yards on 2 carries for Jaron Deal. Lounsbury is 13 for 18 for 208 yards, a touchdown and interception. 5 catches for Carter Shufflebine of 96 yards and a touchdown grab. Cooper Twilliger's got 5 catches for 77 yards. Jaron Deal's got 2 catches for 21 yards, and Lincoln Dilgis has a catch of 14 yards for the 280 yards of total offense for the Pierre Governors in the first half. Defensively, the forced fumble came from Will Eilers, and the fumble recovery from Hudson Schaefer as the leading tackler. A lot of guys leading the way tackling right now for the Pierre Governors. Hudson Schaefer, George Rapp, Will Eilers, Porter Hunsley, and Max Schmitz, each with 2 tackles, all with 2 tackles for the Pierre Governors. On the Watertown side, 5 tackles for Marcus Pick in the defensive back, the safety. He has got the leading way with 5 tackles, 4 tackles for Cooper Ketwig, and Kessler make that Cooper Ketwig just with those 4 tackles, and then 3 tackles for Hunter Peterson, Kessler Swenson, and then a couple of tackles for Lincoln Scutt, Owen Engelbrecht, Gage Robeson, Landon Lewis, and Gavin Robinson so far for Watertown. And the interception, I believe, came from Braxton Peterson for Watertown. So that is where we stand at the end of 2 quarters between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows. We'll take another 3 minutes. We'll come back and start sharing scores from around the state. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 AM or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. Sanford Health Pierre Clinic provides comprehensive and convenient care to Pierre, South Dakota and its surrounding communities. We care for all your health needs, including preventive care, pediatric health, annual checkups, chronic disease care, and more. Schedule an appointment today at 605-945-5560. Ask about our heart health specialist. Visit this clinic on the second Tuesday of every month. Sanford Health Clinic Pierre, 605-945-5560.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
You've worked hard all year. This Labor Day, reward yourself with true comfort from Slumberland of Pierre. Our Labor Day sale is on now with huge store savings store-wide. Finally get that plush new sofa you've been dreaming of, a supportive mattress for a perfect night's sleep, or a beautiful dining room set for the whole family. Don't wait. These incredible savings won't last. Celebrate your hard work with comfort that feels amazing. The Slumberland Labor Day sale going on now at your hometown Slumberland in Pierre.
Today's game is made possible by our great local sponsors like Kathy Sunshine Properties. Whether you're buying, selling, or looking for your forever home, Kathy and her crew are here to help make your move simple and stress-free. With local expertise and commitment to their clients, they are ready to go to work for you. Call 605-224-5588 today or visit contactkathy.com. Kathy Sunshine Properties, turning your dreams into an address.
We welcome you back as we continue here on the halftime show. It is a 21-7 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows. Let's look at scores from around the state. We'll start in 11 AAA. There's only two games tonight. One is already final. Both games are at Howard Wood tonight. Lincoln beat Roosevelt 55-7. Jefferson is up 6-0 over Washington as they have the ball with around 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 11 AA. There is one final score. The Huron Tigers shut out the T-Area Titans 16-0. They're now 2-1 of the season. And the loss last week stings, but I think as the season goes on, I think you're going to see that this Huron Tiger team is a lot better of a football team than a lot of people are thinking that Huron is. And 7 years ago, the Governors and Tigers were in the Dome. Now Huron had a strong run going on the road twice to get to that point, but overall, this Huron team is going to be much better than a lot of people think, as they are now 2-1 of the season. Brookings has a 7-0 lead at the end of the first half over Aberdeen Central. Yankton is destroying Douglas right now, 56-0. That'll be a runtime game, and if it would have been a 9B or 9-man or 11B game, the game would be over at halftime. In 11A, Madison beat Custer already 43-0. Del Rapids over Rapid City Christian right now 43-8. That game is closing in on a final. Millbank has a 13-0 lead over Groton Area, and Sioux Falls Christian at the half leads Lennox 10-0. That's a really good battle. That's one of the best games in the state. Canton and Vermilion 7-7, halfway through the ball game and into the third quarter. West Central has a halftime lead of 21-0 over Cook Central Montrose. Belfouche and Tri-Valley, they're just getting underway overall. With 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, 0-0. Dakota Valley leads Lakota Tech 55-0. That game could be, game won't be over at halftime, but it is going to be runtime the rest of the way. Mobridge Pollock has a 50-0 lead over Aberdeen-Roncalli as Aberdeen-Roncalli, Mobridge beats Aberdeen-Roncalli 50-0. Also, it is a 13-0 advantage for Millbank over Groton at halftime. Parker is beating Baltic in that first half, 10-0. Hot Springs beating Lead Deadwood, 13-6 nearing halftime. Duel's got a 14-7 lead over Flandreau. Clark Willow Lake with a 12-8 lead over Sioux Valley. Bridgewater Emery Ethan beating Beersford, tied at 14 with Beersford. Wagner beating Mount Vernon Pleasanton 7-0. 14-0 lead for Elk Point Jefferson over Winter. That is nearing, that's over halfway point of the third quarter. West Central again leading McCook Central Montrose 21-0. It is a 47-0 lead over Woonsocket West Indian Springs. Sanborn Central beating Webster Area 47-0 at halftime. Miller, Highmore, Herald, and Chamberlain tied 8-8 as they are nearing the end of the first half. 9AA, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy beat Gayville Vollen 61-6. Platte Geddes right now at the half leading Kimball White Lake 16-14. Parker is beating Hanson 8-6 at the end of the first half. Stanley County all over Redfield 36-0 at halftime. They will have runtime in that second half. Garrison beating Canastota 13-6. Leola Frederick over North Central 26-8. Hill City is beating Harding County Bison 21-0. Waverly South Shore over Wabash Summit 20-8. Alcester Hudson beating Viborg Hurley 22-14. Scotland Meadow over Trip Delmont Armor, Andy Central Dakota Christian 40-16. Elkton Lake Benton beating DeSmet 49-14. Hamlin over Great Plains Lutheran 42-0. Bonhams beating Gregory 27-12. Britton Hecla beat Florence Henry 53-0 early on. Walls got a 13-0 lead over New Underwood. Kadoka area and Bennett County just underway. It is a scoreless tie there. In 9A, Timber Lake's got a 31-0 lead over Faith. Faulkton beating Warner 14-10 right now at the end of the first half. Howard beating Chester area 32-0 in the third quarter. Lyman over Jones County 34-8 at halftime. Leola Frederick beating North Central 26-8. It is Hill City beating Harding County Bison 21-0. Also in that in 9B, Sully Buttes 22-0 lead at the end of the first half over Hitchcock Tulare. Timber Lake with a 31-0 lead over Faith. Garrison is beating Canastota 13-6 at the half. Del Rapids St. Mary with a 28-0 lead over Coleman Egan. Berg's got a 35-8 lead over Sunshine Bible Academy at the half. Faulkton area and Warner, we mentioned that score. Sioux Falls Lutheran beating Arlington 41-0. Avon has a 22-8 lead over Corsica Stigney nearing the end of the first half. 34-0 lead for Harriet Selby area over Lemon McIntosh. Ipswich is beating Northwestern 40-10 with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. And it is at Kadoka area beating Bennett County, or excuse me, they're tied 0-0 as they near the end of the first quarter. Just one game of the All Nations, Crazy Horse and Teoshpa-Zena. There is no score to report, but Thursday's game, Little Wound beat Pine Ridge 40-6. Winnebago beat Lower Brule 44-0. Todd County over Mayapila-Luta 48-30 on that game yesterday. St. Francis Indian beat China Eagle beat Teoshpa-Topa 22-0. McLaughlin over White River 24-22. Crazy Horse beat Teoshpa-Zena 32-6, and Marty beat Crow Creek 50-0. That's a look at your scores from around the states. We will return here in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. 21-7, Pierre Governor leads over Watertown. Back in 3 minutes on KCCR.
This fall, Beck Motor Company, your Heartland Chevy dealer, is proud to support our local athletes and all the fall sports that bring our community together. At BMC, we're here to take the stress out of car buying and maintenance. Whether you're in for routine service or looking to drive home in a brand new Chevy, you'll find a team that's honest, helpful, and ready to go the extra mile. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com.
Becky Pottsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers 30-plus years of in-home support services to our local communities. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Hi, I'm South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley. If you are a crime victim, there is a way you can stay updated on your case. Crime victims can access the statewide Automated Victim Information and Notification System, or SAVIN. This free service provides victims with important criminal information and notifications. For more information, call 1-844-299-4608 or go to savin.sd.gov.
We welcome you back as we get set for the second half. I believe it will go right into kickoff. They usually put the 3 minutes extra on the clock, but I think they just started with the 20 minutes and went that with the full time and made those last 3 minutes the 3 minutes that they normally put back on the clock because the Governors are ready to go. There's still 35 seconds ticking down before we get going again. Pierre Governor Volleyball, they got a 3-1 win over Sturgis, their second win of the season, as they will take on Spearfish tomorrow afternoon. And they'll be looking for back-to-back wins as they are now 2-5 on the season. Take on Spearfish, and then they'll have Washington, as well as also Lincoln and then T coming up over the next week on that Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Our next volleyball broadcast will be on Tuesday on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We're waiting to make sure that they either put the 12 minutes on the clock or they put the 3 minutes back on the clock. Governors are ready to go. Watertown's ready to go. All right, looks like we've got another 3 minutes before we get going. Let's take a 1 minute break. We'll come back and get you second half between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? At Vilas Pharmacy, we're committed to providing the best for your healthcare needs. We offer competitive pricing on all your prescriptions, ensuring you get great value without compromising on quality. Conveniently located right here in Pierre, getting your medications is always easy. Plus, you'll experience truly personalized service from our friendly and knowledgeable team. We're here to help you every step of the way. Make the switch to a pharmacy that puts you first. Visit us online at vilaspharmacy.com or call us today at 605-224-0907. James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hired them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions. Start of the second half, Pierre Governors are leading 21-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. They will kick it deep to get this second half underway. We had a few little technical difficulties and buffered a little bit during that halftime, but we expect that cell phones of other kinds from everybody else will be put away as the second half is underway, and we won't have to worry about being disrupted by any cell signal to get this second half going between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows, as Governors will be back home for the first time since week 1 next Friday. We'll have coverage starting at 6:30 and a 7 o'clock kickoff between Pierre and Brookings in the homecoming game next Friday. Blake Dean, I believe, will be joining me for the call of that one, as we'll have coverage again at 6:30 and a 7 o'clock kickoff on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Carter Templeton will kick this one away. For the Watertown Arrows, they have Tyson Miller, as well as also, make sure I get the first name right, Gage Robinson back deep. Well, Miller and Robinson back deep to return this second half kickoff. And we are ready to go. for the second half. Templeton got his hand up in the air. And we are underway here in the second half. This will be received by Robinson to the 20, out to the 25-yard line, and it will be out to the 32-yard line. And a good return for Robinson to start the second half.
Gage Robinson.
They'll spot him actually right at the 30-yard line, so they'll have to go 70 yards down the field. But it will be 1st and 10 from the 30, and Watertown will have a chance to cut this to a one-possession game with a touchdown on their opening drive of the second half. They punted the ball on the first 2 possessions, fumbled the ball on the first play of the 3rd possession, and then scored on their 4th possession. Don't really count that 5th one. They took 1 kneel down, and that was the end of the half. They only had 2 seconds to work with. 3 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation to start this second half. Man goes in motion across the line. He'll stop and go back towards that near side. As Pitkin will roll out that way, he'll throw. The catch is made by Scott, and he is shouldered out of bounds by Porter Hunsley. Another huge hit by Hunsley to get things started. As Max Sears had actually made the catch, and Sears is hurt. Jenk that made the catch, and he is hurt. Gain of 5 to the 35-yard line. Maybe a cramp to get things started in the second half for Jenk. But a completed pass of 5 yards. Maybe it went out near all those other feet of the Watertown Arrows. Maybe stepped on a foot and twisted an ankle. Hopefully he's able to return. Receiver on each side, pistol, or make that under center, but it wasn't pistol formation, it was under center. And then a handoff that Scott will get it to the 40-yard line, which should be good enough for a first down. And Scott will get that first down for a gain of 5 as the tackle by Sam Larson makes it 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 2 plays, 10 yards for Watertown. Minute gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Watertown's trying to come back from a 21-0 deficit. They can get within 7 and be within a defensive stop, but trying to tie the ball game up if they score on this drive and score a touchdown on this drive. 3 receivers out on the far side, pistol, make that shotgun formation, not the pistol formation again. And we throw to the right side, catch is made, and again, Porter Hunsley's over there to make a big tackle. Gain of just 1. As the catch on the was made by Tyson Miller, number 32, a gain of 1. Another big tackle by Porter Hunsley. That is the 9th completion, 9 of 12 now for Marcus Pitkin. He has hit on his last 6 throws. And it's 2nd down and 9 from the 41-yard line. 9:50 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Play action, Pitkin will throw. That was over the head of Peterson. Might have hit him on the hands, but it does fall incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 9 now for the Arrows. This becomes a important, always every 3rd down is a big 3rd down, but you look at this 3rd down in the first drive, it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 doesn't turn into as big of a 3rd down as this one is right here for 3rd and 9 at the 41-yard line. And Watertown's trying to make that opening drive last a little bit longer than 2.5 minutes. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers here near side. Twilliger coming off the edge, rolling to the right is Pitkin, throws down the field. It will be incomplete. They're looking for maybe a flag was Watertown. They will not get one, and it's 4th down and long, and Watertown will punt the ball away. Cutler Swenson was the intended receiver. He was tangled up, and that will bring out the punting unit.
Gavin Robinson.
And Gavin Robinson will be the one to punt it away.
In the punt for the Arrows.
Great job by the Governors. They're telling them to wait. They still got to wait. Otherwise, they would have to. They're trying to get their 11th man out in the field. That would have been somewhat disastrous. It would have been a penalty flag. They have 2 guys back deep for the Governors. Shufflebine and Sunshine. Left-footed kick is high up in the air. It will take a bounce and go sideways and then roll back towards for the Pierre Governors before it's down at the Governor 46-yard line. And the Governors will have good field position, needing to go 54 yards to go back up by 3 scores. to start this third quarter.
15-yard punt on the play.
Great defensive possession there for the Governors.
Governors will take
After
over
2
first
plays to get the
and
first
10
down, only 1 more yard
from their
after that.
own
A
46-yard
5-play
line.
drive that takes 2 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock for Watertown. And the Governors can go up by 3 scores here early on this third quarter. 280 yards in that first half unofficially for Pierre. Watertown just broke the century mark on that drive. They had 96 in the first half. 2 receivers far side for the Governors. Pistol formation for Lounsbury. Ducheneau in the backfield. Quick throw for Shufflebine out on the far side. Makes the catch on the screen pass. He'll be run out of bounds, and he'll step out of bounds where they officially spot him at the 46-yard line now of Watertown. So for the Governor 46 to the Watertown 46. And it turns into a gain of 8 and a second down and 2. And 104 yards now receiving for Carter Shufflebine of the 216 yards that Caleb Lounsbury has thrown so far in this game. Shufflebine with 6 catches, 104 yards. He had 12 receptions for the first 2 games of the season. Here's a handoff for Ducheneau. Gets a big hole to the 30, 25, to the 20, to the 15 with a stiff arm. Stays on his feet to the 10-yard line before he's driven back by 2 Watertown Arrows all the way down to the 9-yard line. A huge gain for Ken Ducheneau. And it's first and goal for Pierre. A gain of 37 for Ducheneau. 48 yards now rushing on 4 carries for Ken Ducheneau. And the Governors are in business, first and goal from the 9-yard line. That was only the 4th rush of the game for Ducheneau. It had been the primary tailback to the first part of the season. He gets a big hold. He rolls off a 1 hit. He is in the end zone for a touchdown to the Governors. Now lead it 27-7. 2 big runs for Ken Ducheneau. And the Govs are back up by 3 scores. Logan Whitty will come on for the extra point to try and make this a 21-point game again. He is 3 for 3 so far in extra points. Missed that 1 field goal from 25 yards out. And now the extra points. Snap is good and nearly was blocked, but the extra point is up and it is going to be no good. And I believe it was wide right. So it is still 27-7, but a 3-score lead for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows. Back in 30 seconds, you listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, Bank West employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
It is a 4-play, 54-yard drive and a 8-yard touchdown run for Ken Ducheneau. His first of the season. And the Governors' offense has looked good through now 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters basically by the time they get the ball back. Well, maybe they get the ball back a little bit quicker. But 2 big scores on the ground, 3 big scores on the ground for the Governors. 2 by Porter Hunsley and 1 by Ken Ducheneau. And then Carter Shufflebine's touchdown grab as Templeton will kick this one away. It'll be Miller that will receive it down to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. And he will get out to around the 33-yard line as he gets run out of bounds. And it will be decent field position again here for the Watertown Arrows. They'll start their second possession here of the second half. Another all-important drive for the Watertown Arrows. With 8:44 to go as they get the ball at the 32 officially. They have to score. Down by 3. Possessions become limited and more limited as the game goes on. A receiver on each side. I formation, offset I formation for Watertown. A handoff here for Scott, who's got the lone touchdown. And Scott will gain about maybe 2 yards to the 34.
Scott, the ball carrier.
Not a big gain on first down, but it does move them forward to the 34-yard line. 42 yards rushing now for Lincoln Scott. That's probably where Lincoln Scott starts to not have as many carries. When you're down by 20, you feel like you got to throw the ball a little bit more. And they've been down by multiple scores in the second half in all three of their games now. Pickens thrown 44 passes through 2 games, and that's average of 22 times. He's thrown 14 times so far. He's got a shotgun formation. He'll run the ball up the middle off of the fake handoff with somewhat of a play action, but more of an option play. And he'll get a first down as he gets out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 11 for Marcus Pitkin, and they're closing in on midfield. That's only his 3rd run, though, and he's picked up 21 yards on those 3 carries. 1st and 10 from the Watertown 45-yard line with 7:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Watertown had the golden opportunity to get within 1 possession, and that quickly went away after it was a turnover or a punt after a quick first down. Let's see if the Governors can do that again, but crossing midfield this time is Watertown. Scott will get the handoff and will pick up 6 yards to the 49-yard line into the Governor territory. The Governors and that defensive line. Cooper Twilger has been on that DN line for this Governor team. They're going with more of a 4-man front than what they normally do. Their Twilger is lined up more of a linebacker. He's more of a defensive end for this Governor team in this game. Here's a handoff for Scott. He'll get up the middle. He is pulled back. Aiden Beam was pulling him back. A little bit of help from some teammates, and a gain of 3 to make it 3rd down and 1 from the 46-yard line in Governor territory.
Lincoln Scott's the ball carrier.
Scott will come off as Tyson Miller will come on for him. It will be Tyson Miller that gets the handoff. Pitkin keeps it. Well, they try and throw, knowing that as long as they don't take a sack or a penalty, they've got 2 opportunities to try and get a first down here on 3rd and 1. 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, 27-7 in favor of the Pierre Governors. Looking to pass, Twilger was able to fight that one off, but then he still throw. He was able to block that one off, and the pump fake that Pitkin was able to still find a man open to make the catch, as it ends up being Tyson Miller that makes the catch. And he'll get to the 38-yard line. It ends up being a gain of 7, and it's 1st and 10 here for, make that a gain of 8. For Tyson Miller on his 3rd catch. So now they're at the Governor 38-yard line. 5:54, the clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter. It'll be rolling to the right for Pitkin on that play action. It was a designed run all the way. He saw the edge. He was able to get to it, and Pitkin will still get a first down. And a really good job of Watertown kind of disguising what they want to do and forcing the Governors now to kind of more stay into that read option type of, it was not a triple option by any means, but you have to stay in your lanes to make those tackles. Pickens saw a wide open area to go to the right, he picks up 12 yards and got a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the Governor 26-yard line. Watertown is moving down the field quickly. Clock is still running with 5:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 26. From the shotgun, 3 receivers here on the near side. Pitkin will drop back to pass. He's looking over to his left, now rolling to his right. Twilger chasing him down. He will get out of bounds as Aiden Beam was over there to kind of help guide him out of bounds. Picking up about 2 yards to the 24 was Pitkin, and it's 2nd down and 8.
On the play up to the Governor 24-yard line, brings up 2nd and 8.
5:13 to go. The clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter. 20-point lead for the Governors over the Watertown Arrows, 27-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Ball's at the Governor 24. Pistol formation this time for Pitkin and the Arrows. Scott the back man. Two receivers right side for the Arrows. Scott will get the handoff, and he is driven back, and it will be 3rd down and long. And a great job by the Governors to get on the tackle. I believe it was Max Schmitz was the first one to him.
3 on the play.
Along with also Sam Larson.
Brings up 3rd
and it's 3rd down and 11, loss of 3. No chance
from the Governor 27-yard line.
For Watertown to get, Pitkin keeps it, he's still losing 3 yards. Scott's the one that loses the 3 yards, but a great tackle for loss by Schmitz and Larson. 4:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down 11 from the Governor 27. And will come in motion closer to the line of scrimmage. Pickens looking that way. He'll throw it down the field. Jump ball and almost a one-handed interception by Logan Whitty. He was the one that got the hand on it. And it brings up 4th down and 11. And where Watertown's at, you're kind of in no man's land. It's a long 4th down, but it's a very long field goal. And at that point, if you're going to punt it away from the 27-yard line, you're not really giving much more room, so you might as well go for it here if you're the Watertown Arrows. After Pitkin missed 2 passes in a row, after having 6 straight completions, he's missed 3 of his last 4. And it's 4th down and 11 from the 27, and Watertown's going for it. Not quite the ball game, but feels like ball game implications right now. Marcus Pitkin drops back to pass, looks over the middle, now rolls to his right. He's being chased. Max Schmitz with a huge tackle from behind, an open field tackle to get the tackle for loss and the turnover on downs. What a hustle by Max Schmitz. And a turnover on downs and a loss of 1 for Pitkin, who felt like when he saw that he had an opportunity to pick up those 11 yards and get a 1st down. But instead, it's 1st and 10 here for the Governors as they take over at their own 28-yard line.
Governors will start this.
That is a massive tackle for Max Schmitz, who is getting the start in the defensive tackle spot. 4:26 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 28. 4:26 to go in the 3rd. So play action for Lounsbury. Steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right. Jaron Deal makes the catch out to the 35-yard line. Dives forward to the 37. A gain of 9 for Deal on the 1st down catch. And his 3rd catch results in 30 yards now for Deal. And Caleb Lounsbury is 15 of 20 now for 225 yards unofficially.
Gain of 9 on the play.
3 receivers out of the far side. Pistol formation here for the Governors. Lounsbury will go from the pistol. Needing just that 1 yard. Ducheneau still in the backfield. The Governors are starting to milk the clock a little bit. Play clock is down to 6. Now under 5 to go. Lounsbury handoff for Ducheneau. He's going to have enough for the 1st down as he was going to be met before he got to the 40. Shrugged off the tacklers and then dove to the 40-yard line to pick up those 3 yards. He needed just 1, but he got 3 for the 1st down. And Ducheneau's up to 59 yards on those 6 carries, and it's 1st and 10 again for the Governors. At now the Governor 40-yard line.
Braxton Peterson and Corbin Hansen in on the stop for the Arrows.
Lounsbury pistol formation. 3 receivers on the far side. This will be Lounsbury that will pump fake. Now he'll throw down the field. He's got a man open. Catch is made to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Governors. And with no flags on the field, Lincoln Dilgis with a near 60-yard, it is a 60-yard touchdown throw and catch from Lounsbury to Dilgis, and the Governors now lead it 33-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. 285 yards passing now for Caleb Lounsbury. And Dilgis with 74 yards receiving. The extra point is up. That will be good. And it's 34-7. The Pierre Governors are up by 27 here in the third quarter with 2:52 to go. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. As we welcome you back, it is a 34-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And that Pierre Governor drive went a total of what ended up being about 72 yards and a 60-yard touchdown grab from Lincoln Dilgis on end up what being just a 3-play drive. And Pierre is now up 34-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. This will be received by Tyson Miller back at the 8-yard line out of the 20 to the 25, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds around the 26-27-yard line. Real quick before we keep moving on in this game, we are here at Watertown Stadium and the Lake Area booth, not just a suite that's in here. We got a chance to be in this suite, and I want to thank Tiffany Sanderson and Lake Area for allowing us to be in here. And it's a fantastic spot. I got a lot of room up here. It's been a great night here at Watertown to be, not just the Governors winning 34-7, but the opportunity to be in this room. And I want to thank Lake Area Tech and Tiffany Sanderson for allowing us to be up here and making the suggestion to put John Winkler and KCCR in this booth. As it is Lincoln Scott that will get the handoff to the 35-yard line, a gain of 8 for Watertown on that first down run. Second down and make that 9 for Lincoln Scott. And it's second down and 1. He's got 63 yards on 11 carries. 2:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Second down and 1 for Watertown. The game is pretty much on the line right now here for the Arrows. They've got to score. They're running short on time, only about 14 minutes of game time remaining. They've got to find a way to put some points on the board here in a hurry. Another handoff from the I formation, enough for a first down, a gain of about 2 for Scott. Or was that Tyson Miller that got the handoff? I believe it was Tyson Miller. And then we'll bring up 1st and 10. We'll actually spot him at the 42, so a gain of 3. Excuse me, at the 37. Gain of 2, for Miller. 1st and 10 from the Watertown 37-yard line. 1:35 remaining here in the third quarter. 3 receivers on the near side. From the shotgun, quick throw here near side, catch is made, and out to the 40, and a good tackle by Lathan Rounds as the catch was made to Kai Paulson. Paulson's first catch.
Gain of 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and 5.
And a gain of 5, so that's the 7th different receiver to make a catch for Watertown on 11 throws in total and receptions, completions from Marcus Pitkin. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Second down and 5 from the 42. Watertown moving from right to left. 34-7 lead for the Pierre Governors over Watertown. Either missed handoff, but Pitkin will run with it. He's got enough for a first down. He's able to slip free. He's across the 50, the 45, down to the 40-yard line as he was able to slip through one tackler and then pick up about another 15 yards after that, as Pitkin will pick up about 18 yards, and it's to the Governor 40-yard line. Marcus Pitkin now with 52 yards rushing on 7 carries. Whether that was designed or not, didn't look like it was necessarily designed. Scott just ran forward, and Pitkin, from the naked eye up here, it looked like a broken play that Pitkin was able to pick up those 18 yards. Could be the final play of this third quarter. Game clock is at 17. Play clock is now down to 10. From under center, Pitkin will hand it off for Scott. If he stays in bounds, should be the final play. He will get out of bounds past the 30-yard line. It should be enough for a first down right at the 30-yard line. And a gain of 10 for a first down with 8 seconds remaining. Scott is closing in on 100 yards. He's got 73 right now. Game clock is stopped at 8 seconds, so this now could be the final play of this third quarter. But they are in plus territory to the Governor 30-yard line. Just those 8 seconds remaining. From under center, receiver on each side for Pitkin. Handoff for Miller. Miller will run forward. He gets to the 25-yard line. He's thrown around by Will Eilers, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter and a gain of 6 for Miller. And we head to the fourth. The Governors lead it by 27, 34-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Back in a minute with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Planning for next year is right around the corner. But do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. We head to the fourth quarter as it is a 34-7 lead. 34-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It'll be second down and 4 from the 24-yard line. And the Governors are looking for a defensive stop here to stay up by 27. We had a touchdown and 2-point conversion. All of a sudden puts the Governors into run time with this win. Here's a handoff. This will be a first down for Lincoln Scott in his first carry of the fourth quarter. And he's able to spin somewhat off a tackler and then just fall backwards but forward to the 15-yard line, a gain of 9. And it is first and 10 here for Watertown to start this fourth quarter at the 15-yard line.
Good enough for Watertown Arrows.
So the Arrows are in the red zone now for the second time tonight. They scored on their first opportunity in the red zone, their only opportunity in the red zone. They move from left to right on your radio dial across your TV screen or mobile device. 15 seconds gone by. From the shotgun, Pitkin dropped the snap, picked it back up. Looks like he's dribbling a basketball. Pitkin will make his way to the 10-yard line. Made something out of nothing.
Marcus Pitkin, the ball carrier.
It ends up being a gain of 5 for Pitkin. And a host of Governors on the tackle.
Brings up second and 5.
Well, Eilers.
10-yard line.
Porter Hunsley seemed to be a little slow getting up. It took 2 Governors to get him up off the ground, but he seems to be okay. He's picked up 2 touchdowns on the ground. Second and 5 for the 10. From under center again for Pitkin. Watertown is taking their time, down by 27 right now. Scott will get the handoff. He gets to the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 4 as he was able to fall forward with 3 or 4 different Governors trying to bring him down. Will Eilers was there on the tackle, along with Porter Hunsley again. And it's a gain of 6, and it's first and goal from the 4. First and goal from the 4. 10:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A 34-7 lead for this Pierre Governor team over the defending 11 AA state champions. And Coach Steve Steele will take one of his 2 timeouts, being first and goal right now, or one of his 3 timeouts.
Their first time out of the half.
And we'll see what, maybe get a little bit of a defensive chance to take a breather, even, just a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. But this Governor squad is going to get back after a loss to Huron 13-7, which Huron shut out T area today 16-0. So that Huron team is a lot better of a team than what I think a lot of people anticipated them to be going into the start of the season. But now this Governor offense has got moving. They scored 34 points in this game. They only had 16 and end up with an opportunity. They doubled their score in the first two games just in this game alone. And now they still could score 40-some points before this ball game is over with at least 1 to 2 more offensive possessions, regardless of Stanley County. If Watertown scores or not, Stanley County, by the way, as they lead 42-0 in the fourth quarter and have a chance they're in the red zone right now, or I guess maybe I have to go the opposite way to the red zone, but they're up 42-0, a chance to maybe win that game before the final horn sounds. But here it's first and goal from the 4. Scott gets the handoff, cuts it back to the left, dives for the end zone. He rolls in for a touchdown. And Watertown gets their second score of the night to make it 34-13. And we'll see if they want to go for 2. It really won't make a difference going down by 19 or 20. So right now down by 21, they're going to just make it to a 20-point game. But a 4-yard touchdown run for Lincoln Scott. He's at 92 yards. And he ran the ball 5 times. Make that a 8-play drive. And the extra point is no good. As we have an injury for the kicker.
Carson Slots, PAT is no
He is limping off the field, but it is 34-13, a 21-point lead for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
An 8-play drive was capped off by that 4-yard touchdown run by Lincoln Scott. He's got both touchdowns on the night for the Watertown Arrows, but it's still a 21-point lead with 10:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter. As man that was kicking the extra points in Carson Schatz helped out the field. He couldn't even put any weight on that right leg. Looks like with an ankle right now. They're tending to him on the sideline. Not sure if Coach Hodorf was looking for a flag or what it might have been, but either way, for this Pierre Governor team, they still lead by 21. And Scheffelbein and Deal back deep. His kickoff will be to the right side, bounces a couple times. Deal touches it, he picks it up at around the 7-yard line. He cuts it back in the middle of the field, moves to the 20, and almost was able to break free. He got to the 25-yard line. But a good wrap-up tackle, I believe, by number 84, Gavin Robinson. Governors will start at the 25-yard line.
18-yard return. Governors will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard
Well, if Pierre can put down a 75-yard drive, they can go back up by 4 scores. 10:09 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And Pierre has got the opportunity to just ice this game away here. I think they'll probably take quite a bit of time off the clock as they move throughout this fourth quarter. Caleb Lounsbury is taking his time, getting the snap. Duchesneau will get the handoff. He'll break free into the secondary and ends up being a gain of 11 on that first down carry for Duchesneau, as he's up to 70 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Governors at their own 36-yard line. And now again, you stay in bounds, you keep that clock running, and you can take off a minute every 2 plays. And you can take a lot of time off this clock as we have hit past 9 o'clock at KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. 2 receivers out far side, pistol formation for Lounsbury. A handoff up the middle for Duchesneau. He'll cut it back left side, steps up a man, and then he gets a little bit of help with a push from Cooper Twilliger, and Duchesneau will pick up another 9 yards.
The ball carrier for the Governors.
And it's 2nd down and 1 from the 45-yard line.
Caden Decker.
Porter Hunsley's got 2 touchdown rushes. Cade Duchesneau with a touchdown run. Then Carter Shufflebine with a touchdown catch, and Lincoln Dilgis with a 60-yard scamper. The 5 touchdowns for Pierre. Again, Pierre had just 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games combined. They score 5 in this game and still could add on a 6 and put up 40 points in this ball game with another score in this possession. Duchesneau, another big run. He's out to the 45 to the 40 to the 35-30. Duchesneau will get all the way down to the 20-yard line, and he stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to roll. But a huge gain of 35 for Duchesneau, and the Governors have it at the red zone again at the 20-yard line.
The ball carrier for the Governors.
And 114 yards now for Kea Duchesneau. He breaks the century mark. He had 133 yards through 2 games. He broke the century mark last week against Huron. It was right pretty much at the century mark. And now he's well past that with 114 yards, and we'll see if they keep feeding him the ball. From the 20-yard line, Duchesneau will get the handoff. He cuts it to the middle of the field. He's at the 15. He was looking to go to the left, cut it back to the hash mark, and got inside that near side hash. And he gets a gain of 6 to the 14. And it's 2nd down and 4 from the 14-yard line. Not bad. 12 yards per carry for Kea Duchesneau tonight. 120 yards on 10 attempts. 12 yards per carry is going to get you. That would be a lot of fancy football points put up if he can have, and a lot of yards throughout the season, putting up 12 yards per carry in a game. 7:30 remaining here in the 4th quarter. From the pistol, another handoff for Duchesneau. Not the 12-yard average that he's used to, but he does pick up 2 yards to the 12 to make it 3rd down and manageable for the Governors. 3rd and 2 with 7:18 remaining.
Landon Lewis brings up 3rd down.
Again, Pierre Governors will take on Brookings next Friday. Coverage at 6:30 and a 7 o'clock kickoff here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, back at Hollister Field. And hopefully the weather will be much better than what it was the first time we were at Hollister Field. Play action, Lounsbury rolling to his right, looking to throw. Has a man caught, touchdown to Governors. Another score for Pierre. And this time it is Jaron Deal.
Lounsbury's pass complete.
And Jaron Deal, the sophomore, gets in the end zone to make it a 40-13 lead.
12-yard Governor touchdown.
Logan Whitty on for the extra point, or is it going to be Carter Templeton on for the extra point? It'll be Templeton that will be kicking for Pierre. And Templeton's kick is up, and that will be through the uprights to make it a 41-13 lead on a 12-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lounsbury to Jaron Deal. 41-13, Governors lead it by 28 again. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Well, it was a 6-play drive, and the Pierre Governors were able to cap it off with that 12-yard touchdown to throw and the catch from Caleb Lounsbury to Jaron Deal. His first touchdown grab for Jaron Deal. And the Governors, that sophomores, into the score sheet for the first time. And now a big opportunity for this Governor football team, leading by 28. They had a replay up there on Ducheneau's 35-yard run. I think they're highlighting Cooper Twilliger on it and the block that he had to help create that big 35-yard gain for Ducheneau, as this will be a kick from Templeton. Bounces, takes a Governor hop, and it will be picked up on the run by Robinson. And he'll get out to around the 25, 27-yard line, make that Miller that returned it. Well, the Governors have scored 41 points tonight, up by 28 with 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. And an incredible game here for this Governor offense that wanted to get things going offensively. It was something that you don't see from a Steve Steele type offense that we just hadn't seen in his now 10-year career with the Pierre Governors, and you knew it wasn't going to last long. But going into this ball game against the defending 11 AA state champions, what could this offense bring against this Watertown Arrow team? There's a good tackle from behind. A good job pursuing the football and not giving up on a play. That was Max Bogenhagen that came up to make the tackle, and gain of 6 for Pitkin on the run. I believe it was Pitkin. Might have a different quarterback in. But it is a gain of 6 to make it 2nd down and 4. And it still is Pitkin, the quarterback. And he's got 63 yards rushing. Under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Handoff for Scott. He's got a first down. He is met at the 40-yard line, trying to be driven back. But a gain of 9 for Scott. And he's at 99 yards rushing. And for Lincoln Scutts, who was coming into the game with only 88 yards on the ground through 2 games, he will reach triple digits, most likely get that century mark. He's at 99 right now. As it is 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. From under center, handoff, trying to drive back, and a good job by the Governors. Gain of 1. As Tyson Miller had the
1-yard gain on the play,
handoff, and a gain of just 1 for Miller. 2nd down and 9 with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Govs will move to 2-1 of the season. Watertown will go to 0-3, but they had some really tough 3 games to start the season. It might be the toughest 3-game stretch to start a season in 11 AA. Pitkin drops back to pass. He was looking downfield. He's wrapped up, and he is thrown down. Max Schmitz with a huge tackle.
Pitkin sacked on the play.
And a big sack. Max Schmitz having himself a heck of a ball game.
3rd and 20.
And a loss all the way back to the 30-yard line, a loss of 12. 6 tackles now for Max Schmitz. He's had a couple tackles for losses. And it's now 3rd down and 20 from the 30-yard line. They're going to get to the 50-yard line with 4 minutes to go. As the clock continues to tick down, Pitkin will look to pass. Instead, it'll be a draw play. Scott make that Miller look like he almost rolled his ankle. He's going to pick up some of those yards back. He thankfully did not roll his ankle and kept moving and was able to get past the 35 to the 37-yard line. It ends up being a gain of 7, and it's 4th down and long, and Watertown will punt the ball away.
From their own 37-yard line.
So 4th and 13, Watertown probably punting the ball away. trying to get the right guys off the field. Miller is hobbling off. As I said, he tried to cut it back and looked like maybe the shoe, his foot kind of got stuck a little bit in there. Play clock is down to 6. They got to get that last guy out. They are going to go for it, actually. Play clock down to 1. They do get the play off in time, and it will be a quick punt to put it all the way back. Really good job by Pitkin. It took a Watertown roll. They'll go all the way down to the 16-yard line, but with 2:56 to go, the Governors can pretty much run out this clock and pick up the win.
Marcus Pitkin with the 52-yard
That might not be a bad play going forward for Watertown. Obviously, that punt turned into a really good punt with a good roll from a good bounce and a good roll for Watertown. Stay tuned for the post-game show. We will talk with Coach Steve Steele and some of the players. We assume we'll be able to talk to some of the players in the post-game show and the win for the Pierre Governors. And tell you what's upcoming for Pierre and what's upcoming for KCCR this weekend with a lot of college football. Pistol formation for Lowndes. Make that for Jaron Deal, as he will take over the quarterback roles for the last several snaps. The handoff went to number 26. That was Thomas Snyder, the sophomore, the 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. And it turns into a gain of 1.
Ty Snyder, the ball carrier for the Governors, gain of 1 on the play.
So Snyder will get some work here with Deal being the quarterback. 2nd down and 9. Again, they can take a lot of time off the clock between snaps. Will Danberg is in the ball game. First time we've seen the reserves come through here for the Governors. Deal with the toss here to the near side. Snyder stays in bounds. Nope, they will say he got out of bounds. Or did the Arrows take a timeout here? No, they fumbled the football, did Snyder, and Watertown fell on it. So Snyder fumbled the football, and Watertown recovered it with 2:02 to go. Stanley County, by the way, wins 42-6 over Redfield.
From the Governor 23-yard line.
So it was an interception on the first possession for the Pierre Governors, and then a fumble on their last possession. With the next couple plays will end up being, if the Governors get the ball back at all, it will most likely be kneel downs. The fact they're up by 28 here still with 2:02 to go in this fourth quarter. 3 receivers on the far side, shotgun formation. See how much they want to go through the air here for Pitkin. They've got an opportunity to try and still score. Throw to the near side, catch is made out near the 1st down marker. And a good first play from scrimmage for the Watertown Arrows, as the catch ended up being made by number 10, I believe, which is Caden Corey.
To number 10, Caden Corey.
Check out what yard
Gain of 10 on the play.
Gain of 10, and it's 1st and 10
First down.
from now the 12-yard line. Clock is now under 1:40, so under 100 seconds remaining in the ball game.
He doesn't run that. He's like the announcer guy, you know? Like that on the TV.
Receiver on each side. Shotgun formation here for Watertown. Pitkin look to hand the ball off. No one there to hand the ball off to, so he runs with it, and he'll pick up about 6 yards. Making it 2nd down, and
Pitkin, the ball carrier, gain of 4 on the play.
called a gain of 4, got to the 8-yard line.
6 from the Governor 8-yard line.
And so 2nd and 6. Tyson Miller will come back into the ball game. Game clock is now down to a final minute. The Pierre Governors come into Watertown. The Arrows, who won the 11 AA state championship. They did lose quite a few pieces, but they were finding their way back, looking to find their way back into competing, and there's still a long way to go, but they will fall to 0-3 on the season. The Governors get a big, huge win against this Watertown team, who will eventually figure things out. As Pitkin is rolling to his right, trying to stay with it to get towards the end zone. He is hit, driven out of bounds. Clock will continue to run as he stayed in. He was forced out, but the forward progress was stopped.
Pitkin, the ball carrier.
At the 4-yard line, picked up 4. And it turns into 3rd down and 2, and the game clock is ahead of the play clock. And it's now, could be what could have been the final play. Let's see if Watertown get one more play off. Game clock's down to 5, down to 4. Can they get one more play? One man, new man under center. They'll get one final handoff. Scott will get into the end zone for a touchdown as time expires to make it 41-19. And are they just going to say the ball game is over?
The touchdown is good. They kick the extra point.
They will kick the extra point. Or will they not kick the extra point? Mike cut out. So they will not kick the extra point. The ball game is over, and it's 41-19 is the final score. Scott scores from 2 yards out. He gets 101 yards and scores all 3 touchdowns. But it is a 41-19 win for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows here tonight. Back in 3 minutes to wrap it up from Watertown. Governors get the win over the Arrows. Back in 3 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it time for a fresh look underfoot? Tired of worn out carpets or outdated flooring? Then you need to visit Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre. We're your local experts for every style, from plush carpets and durable laminates to elegant hardwoods and luxury vinyl. Discover hundreds of options from top name brands, all with our friendly expert service. Visit Country Carpet and Flooring at 414 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call us at 605-224-9297. Country Carpet and Flooring. Your floor, your style, our expertise.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
As we welcome you back, it is a big 41-19 win for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows here on the KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As the Governors pick up their second win of the season and a big, big win. 480 yards of total offense. That's a way to break out in a big way. 122 yards on the ground for Kea Duchesneau, had a touchdown run. 43 yards on 12 carries for Porter Hunsley, had 2 touchdown runs. Carter Shufflebind, another triple-digit performance receiving with 104 yards and a touchdown grab. Jaron Deal's got a touchdown grab of 4 yards. Lincoln Dilgis has a touchdown grab of 74 yards. And then 297 yards passing for Caleb Lounsbury, 17 of 22. He threw an interception on the second pass, which, again, incomplete turnover on downs. The interception ends up being less favorable for the Watertown Arrows in field position-wise. And it was a interception and a fumble on the first and last possession. And outside of a missed field goal, it was touchdowns the entire way for the Pierre Governors to score 41 points of the night. They outgained Watertown 480 to 256 as the Arrows scored just 3 times, the last one coming in the last seconds. Ended up being a 101 yards rushing for Lincoln Scott as he ran 17 times, had all 3 touchdowns for the Watertown Arrows. But the Pierre Governors were very, very good today. Defensively, they were led by Porter Hunsley and Max Schmitz, who each had 6 tackles. Schmitz had a big sack at the end of that game. Logan Whitty had 5 tackles as well. 4 tackles for Lathan Rouse and Hudson Schaefer, who recovered a fumble. Well, Eilers forced the fumble, and Schaefer was able to get the recovery of that fumble. It was 5 tackles for Marcus Pitkin to lead all tacklers for the Watertown Arrows on the defensive side. And it was number 33, Braxton Peterson, had the interception for the Watertown Arrows. All right, we'll talk to some of our players of the game. Who are we going to talk to first? We'll talk to Lincoln Dilgis, who had himself a 60-yard touchdown reception. And Lincoln, talk about being able to race down the field and score that touchdown.
Yeah, that was all set up by my teammates. I mean, it was a great fake. Jaron set me up, and it just worked out perfect.
This Governor team, you guys offensively had scored just 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games. You scored 41 points in this contest. How awesome was it to get as many touchdowns, get as many points as you guys did against the defending state champions?
Yeah, we just had confidence. I mean, we just wanted to put up 40, 50 on these guys. After last year, we wanted our revenge.
Well, and you did so in a fantastic way. And again, with you had 2 catches for 74 yards, I believe it was. And this offense, you guys maybe probably all week we're thinking, okay, we have to get moving. We got to break out and score points. I mean, again, a mission accomplished in your guys' mind?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's always stuff to work on, but this is a huge step forward for us.
Now you get to go back home next week against Brookings, homecoming next week. How exciting are you guys for homecoming to come up?
Yeah, we're pumped up. It's going to be fun. We got to stay locked in, but it's going to be really fun.
Well, congratulations on the win, and good job tonight. We'll see you next Friday.
Thank you.
Lincoln Dilgis, we've got 4 different guys up here. All right, we'll go to Carter Shufflebine, who, again, makes over 100 yards receiving, 6 catches for unofficially 104 yards and 85-yard touchdown pass. It was 96 yards a couple weeks ago, but had a touchdown grab as well in there. And, again, I'll talk same thing with Lincoln. We'll talk with him. You guys wanted to break out in this game, and how were you guys able to do that in this ball game?
I mean, we were hungry. We came in knowing they had us last year, so we came in wanting to beat them into the ground, and I mean, the revenge, we got it, I'd say. So, but we're looking forward to next week too. So we just got to keep rolling.
And I talk to Coach Steele on a weekly basis. I talked to some of you guys in week 1 as well. But being able to go through what happened the first 2 weeks where the offense didn't really score, you guys lost to Huron. How did it eat at you a little bit as the week went on? What was the feeling in the locker room throughout this week, getting ready for this game, knowing how important a game against Watertown was going to be, but just important for you guys as the Pierre Governors?
I mean, all week we really worked on finishing drives because that was pretty much our biggest struggle is we just couldn't finish a drive. But this week we came out and we did well in the red zone, and that's pretty much just what you got to do to win games. And the energy in the locker room was there. Everyone was ready to roll, and we got the mission done. So.
Well, there is at least one defensive guy in here that we're going to talk some offense with them too. But defensively, you guys give up the 19 points, and obviously that last touchdown was in the final seconds, and really ended up being 13 points in this game. This defense has not allowed 20 points yet in a game. For you guys to be able to come out here tonight, and this defense is not giving up a whole lot of points, gives you a chance to really get the offense going. How big has this defense been for you guys, kind of mentally, to get into this spot?
It's nice to finally give the defense something from on the offensive side, and they've been working their ass off all year, so it's nice to just finally pay them back, and they're strong, and I think our offense will be ready to roll too for the next coming weeks. So
I appreciate the time. Congratulations, Carter. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
We will move on to the next player of the game, and we'll talk with Porter Hunsley, the defensive guy, but also on the offensive side, a couple 1-yard touchdown runs. When you got the put in, obviously it probably was in the, as the week went on, you knew you were going to be able to run the football. What's it like being on that offensive side in the varsity game, not outside of being the backup quarterback?
It's definitely fun. You get to contribute to scoring the points and help win the game on offense, and I just had fun being able to do it.
For you to be able to score those 2 touchdowns, how, that first 1-yard touchdown run on 4th down, was it a little bit of a big sigh of relief for the Governor offense to be able to get on the board in that second quarter?
Yeah, for sure. It took me 3 tries, I think, to get in there, but I pushed through. I was able to get in there. I was relieved that didn't turn over the ball and we were able to score the points.
So far, 3 games of the season, obviously this defense has been so good, but I think I've called your name on some pretty massive hits over the course of this beginning of the season. How much fun is it to hit a guy pretty hard and, hear the go back on film and watch it, you'll go back and watch that boom that you laid earlier in the night. How much fun is it to go back and see something like that and to, in the moment, make that hit happen?
It's amazing. It kind of hurts a little bit, but I just glad I can make that hit, scare them a little bit, pumps up the team, gets the momentum going, and I'll definitely watch that one a few times.
Brookings next week, I haven't talked to the other guys about it, but what do you expect from Brookings going into next Friday's game?
I think that we'll see. I haven't really watched much of them, but I think we can't overlook them, definitely. We got to keep working, practice hard, and just focus on winning the next game.
Well, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next Friday back at home.
Thank you.
As Porter Hunsley, we will hand things off now to Jaron Deal, who made his first touchdown grab of the season. And you made 3 catches, 42 yards, 4 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown grab, take us through it. What was going through your mind in being able to make that first touchdown grab in your varsity career?
Just the play call. I like that play call a lot. The route just had to get open, and then Caleb made a good throw, so I could score my first touchdown.
Yeah, we like that play call up here too. That was a pretty good play. You guys, again, offensively wanting to break out. How much fun was it to be able to score, to 41 points, almost have 500 yards of offense? Got to feel kind of again, sigh of relief of being able to do what you guys have known you've been able to do and get the offense rolling.
Yeah, it's just pretty fun scoring a lot of points and scoring a lot of yards because we're capable of doing that, so it just feels really good to do that.
Well, you get to go home next week, homecoming next week against Brookings. What do you kind of expect from the Bobcats, or just how much fun are you expecting homecoming week to be next week?
Homecoming is going to be fun for sure. It's my first homecoming on VAR, so it'll be pretty fun. I haven't watched a lot of Brookings, but yeah, can't overlook them like Porter said, but we'll be ready for them.
Well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you.
That is Jaron Deal, and we'll now talk to the quarterback, and Caleb Lounsbury, who just missed unofficially, and he probably did because I probably messed up 3 yards, nearly had 300 yards of passing on my tally with those 3 touchdown passes to Carter Shufflebein, Jaron Deal, and Lincoln Dilgis. Almost 300 yards of offense from you throwing the ball. How, again, after the first 2 weeks, how nice is it to feel coming off that game and having basically 300 yards passing?
Oh, it's great to come out here and throw the ball how we did, and then coming off a week like Huron, not getting the ball thrown as many times. And, our offense just moved more as a unit today, and I feel like that helped move the ball way easier.
Well, and you had Kate Ducheneau had over 120 yards on the ground. Porter Hunsley scored twice on the ground. Ducheneau also had a touchdown as well. Offensively, you guys are, outside of the first and last drive of the ball game, scored a touchdown other than the missed field goal. Again, 6 touchdowns in the ball games. Got to feel pretty good to going into next week and moving in the season to kind of get those 6 scores tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster coming off of a game where you only score, 1 touchdown. You get the week before that, you don't score very much. But coming out here and doing what we know we can do, it's definitely going to help us move forward.
And obviously, rematch of the state championship last year, but to be able to come to Watertown, go on the road, it's never easy to win on the road, and against a good team who, even though they're 0-2, they're still a good team. To be able to do what you guys did, for the rest of this group, the confidence that you guys have now, seeing this on the scoreboard, seeing it in the stat sheet, how much confidence does it give you going into next week?
I would say probably too much, but we came here and we did what we knew we could do, and we wanted revenge. We knew we were going to get it, so we did that.
All right, so now I'll ask you as the quarterback, what needs to be better next week for this Pierre Governor team offensively against this Brookings Bobcats squad?
Offensively, I would say we could be a little sharper with our play calling. No diss on Steele.
I'll make sure to tell them that. No, I'm just kidding.
And then just our runs, we need to break tackles a little bit more, but I'd say we did really well all around today.
Anything so far that you may know about Brookings going into next Friday?
I haven't watched much, but I just know we want to win, and we're going to do what we have to do it. So.
All right. Hey, well, congratulations on the win. Good job tonight, 41-19 victory. Congrats to all you guys that are still in here. Appreciate you guys hanging out during the player of the game interviews. Congratulations, Caleb. And yep, Governors win at 41-19. Coach Steve Steele will join us here soon. We will, I believe, have Coach Steele coming in here soon. He should be making his way in, and we'll chat with him in the 41-19 victory. Stanley County picked up a win 42-6 over Redfield. And again, we'll talk with Coach Steele here in just a little bit, as well as also looking at Sully Buttes winning 52-12 over Hitchcock-Tulare. So good night for Central South Dakota in terms of Pierre, Stanley County, and Sully Buttes all getting wins. Lyman beat Jones County 46-8 in their game, and we can go through some of the scores here in just a moment. But again, a huge victory for this Pierre Governor team, 41-19. Cooper Twilliger had. We talked to a lot of those guys, and we pretty much, outside of Kea Duchesneau, offensively, we pretty much talked to everybody except for Cooper Twilliger, who had 5 catches for 77 yards. It's one of those things that we kind of mentioned this a lot with Lincoln Keenels when he was the quarterback for the Pierre Governor team, that we would have a game where Keenels would throw 200 yards and say, I was ho-hum and, hey, a good game, and we'll bring you up here to talk to you. But, usually see, I don't want to say usually see more, but it just is a ho-hum game, and that's kind of what it was for Twilliger too. 5 catches for 77 yards, a ho-hum game, but he played an excellent ball game. And a lot of great blocking from Twilliger that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. And then he played the defensive side and forced a lot. As a Cowboys fan, I hate to say it, but he looks like Micah Parsons, disrupting a lot of, coming in and being a game changer on defense. For a guy that's going to play college football as a tight end, he made a big difference on the defensive side as well, and that was a unbelievable job there by the Pierre Governor squad on defense. Again, they allowed just 19 points, and it was a little bit of garbage time points. It was the final touchdown that scored in the final seconds to make it a 41-19 victory for the Governors instead of 41-13, but a really good job by Pierre all the way around to pick up a big win over the Watertown Arrows here tonight, and are now 2-1 of the season as Watertown goes to 0-3. And that's, boy, it's all talking about, hey, we got one more guy that we're going to talk to. We're going to talk to Hudson Schaefer here, who ended up with the fumble recovery. So one more player of the game here. All right, Hudson, you got the fumble recovery. Will Eilers forced it. You're able to jump on it and take us through that play to be able to get that fumble recovery.
I'm just covering my flat route there. Will, my middle linebacker, makes a heck of a play, knocks the ball out, and it's just like a recovery drill from there that we do in practice every week. You just get on it and let everyone else cover you up, and then you celebrate on the sideline.
Well, this defense, you take away that last touchdown that was scored in the final second, it ended up being 13 points in total today, 13 points last Friday, and only 6 points that you gave up the week before. How good is this Pierre Governor defense so far through 3 games?
We're doing really good, but we still got a bunch of stuff to work on, which is great because we're still doing great and we're making mistakes, which makes our ceiling even higher as a team. So I'm really excited for next week.
And then, you guys obviously, doing your job on the defensive side. The offense didn't score too many points in the first 2 weeks, and then the score is 41 here tonight. How much, to see that on the offensive side kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off the shoulders for the defense, knowing that as good as you guys were in the first 2 weeks, you can play a little bit even freer now that this Governor offense has put up 41 points.
Yeah, we go into every game just looking to put up the zeros, and we just let offense do their thing, and they definitely did their thing tonight, so it was great to see.
Now, the Brookings Bobcats will come into town next Friday. Don't listen to Coach Steele right now. Listen to him in practice. Don't listen to him right now. Brookings comes into town next Friday in the homecoming game. What do you expect from Brookings going into the game next Friday?
They're going to be a pretty physical team, and they are going to want to take away a win from us in Hollister Field. So we're just going to have to bring it and play like we do every week and fix our mistakes, and we'll be just fine.
Well, congratulations on the win, and a good job of trying to get Steele out of your head, because that was he ruined that for you, and you
know.
still did a great job, by the way. So don't
imagine that, Steele ruining something for me.
Well, congratulations. We'll see you next Friday. Coach Steele, Hudson Schaefer had a fantastic game. We'll talk with Coach Steele here to wrap things up. Big win against 11 AA state champions. We talked that there was no thoughts of last year's game, but coming in here, being a good Watertown team that now goes to 0-3, that's going to be a dangerous team as the season goes on. This was a huge breakout game for this Governor team all the way around.
Yeah, it really was. And again, that was our message before the game was just, you guys are a really good football team. We just got to go out and execute like it, and it was really good to see everybody come out and play confident. I think that was kind of the number one thing you saw a little differently today, was that you saw a fully confident team, and they went out there and they performed at a high level, and we got a big win.
Unofficially, 480 yards of offense to 256 of Watertown. And, last week you guys outdrove Huron, but finished drives, whether it was in the red zone or outside the red zone, finished a lot of drives tonight. Obviously, 6 times you put up scores and had a chance at a field goal late in that first half. Only 2 possessions besides that missed field goal, only 2 possessions that were turnover, didn't result in the points. That's, almost as efficient as you can be, almost 100% offensively, and that's what this Pierre Gunner offense is capable of doing throughout this entire season.
Yeah, and that's what you said it. We were really good in the red zone today. We had the missed field goal, and other than that, and then the first drive, I guess I can't remember. We were right at fringe red zone, maybe. I don't know if we were exactly in the red zone or not.
I can't remember either.
But we were close. We're putting up. We're not going 3 and out. Going 6 for 8 in a game essentially is phenomenal, and the 2-minute drive was about as good of an operation I felt like as the kids. They were really sharp on that. They did a great job responding to the clocks and making sure that we're getting the clock stopped. Just very, very proud of the operation of those guys today, and again, just playing with confidence when we got inside the red zone to make that play.
We'll probably talk, Coach's Corner about that one drive, because you don't see a lot of times where you can get a stop, spike the ball multiple times in a drive and do it efficiently as what the Governors did. Obviously, it almost went away from you, but the referees got together and made the right call off of it. But they did a fantastic job. Now, on the defensive side, Cooper Twilliger goes in and plays a lot more defense here tonight. I made the unfortunate comparison, but he kind of looked like a little bit like Marco Parsons out there. He was very much a difference maker on that defensive line, disrupting a lot. He forced, I know for a fact that they were looking to throw the ball to the left side. He was right in the face of the quarterback that maybe still complete a pass, but they end up having to change what they want to do, and Twilliger was a big part of that defense today.
Yeah, he's just done a great job responding to whatever's been asked of him. I think it's kind of probably common for people to be like, well, where is he on the stat sheet at times, but he's doing so many different things. He had a couple plays where he really sprung, 20-plus yard runs today. He had some good catches, but he's doing so many more things. And he doesn't care about the stats right now. He's happy we got the win. We scored a lot of points. He just is a difference maker wherever you put him.
Not many times a scoreboard for the opposing team pops up and they're highlighting a block from a guy on a big 30-some yard run that Kea Duchesneau had, that Twilliger sealed off his man and forced him to the ground, and Duchesneau gets 35 yards. You don't see that from the opposing video screens very often, and everybody in the stadium got to see exactly how good Twilliger was on that block.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of just excuse me, understanding, where he needs to fit in his blocks, because we're giving him a lot of freedom with some things, and he's doing a really good job of, being correct with it, and honestly not trying to pick the easiest job in some of the situations, but, doing where it fits the best within the play, and again, his motor doesn't stop. That's the other thing you notice when you watch him play. He goes through the whistle, and that's what you want to see in a good football player.
Now, as good as what you guys were throughout this entire game, what's one of the things that you saw tonight before you break down the film that Governors have to be better going into next week against Brookings, and then as the year goes on, what's almost as a complete game or perfect game as the Governors played, what needs to be better next week?
Yeah, defensively, again, I think most part they did a pretty good job. Showing hard going down in the first quarter was a challenge. Kind of made a little bit of a merry-go-round for positions. Hopefully he'll be back, but wasn't able to finish the game. That was a challenge. I think the guys responded well to having to improvise a little bit. I think that inside run game, as we got later in the game, we got to find a way to cut that out a little earlier.
Excuse me. And then, offensively, again, I think for the most part was pretty good. I think we've still got a few mental mistakes, lining up on some different fronts. I think when they get exactly what we've seen in practice, we've done a great job. Nye's got them going to the right spots. It's when you get that hiccup that sometimes there's a little bit of doubt right now, and we end up with a missed assignment. So, and some of that is the third game. We'll continue to build as we go through the year, but hopefully more success follows on offense, and again, defense. Again, we take away that touchdown at the end. It's a really good game by them.
Going into next week against Brookings, what do you expect from the Bobcats before you? I mean, I'm sure you looked a little bit at film, but not so much game planning yet. As that starts, what do you kind of expect from Brookings?
Yeah, I mean, they'll be a stingy defense. They'll try and run the ball. They've got one really, really exceptional player. They'll try and throw it to him in the past game, or at least they have so far. But yeah, I mean, they'll be a ball control team. They'll try and have a good defense and keep everything in front. And like I said, if we can be another game, it'll be important to get up early.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and we won't have Coach's Corner next week with a lot of stuff going on. So we'll talk to you in the pregame show next Friday. Well, I guess we'll talk in the NFL picks next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, John.
That is head coach Steve Steele. The victorious Pierre Governors, 41-19. The Governors pick up the win, and they move to 2-1 on the season, as they will take on Brookings next Friday at home against the Brookings Bobcats for a homecoming next week. Again, as I mentioned, no Coach's Corner next Wednesday. We will return in 2 weeks for that. Our next Governor broadcast will be Tuesday for volleyball against the Washington Warriors on the road in Sioux Falls. We'll have that for you at 6:30 and a 7 o'clock first serve. Tomorrow we've got Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, LSU here on KCCR, and then we will go to 3 NFL games on Sunday. The Seahawks and Steelers, Broncos and Colts, and then finishing out with the Sunday Night Football between the Vikings and the Falcons, and then doubleheader of Monday Night Football on Monday, with the coverage starting at 5 o'clock for that. So that'll wrap things up for us here from Watertown. The Governors pick up a fantastic win tonight over the Watertown Arrows. I want to say thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Wickler signing off. 41-19 win for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows, as we say so long from Watertown.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Vilas Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Zander Auto Parts. And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD Stavin, Shane's Pharmacy, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. And by Wagner Auto.